Good morning. How are you today? Welcome to Monday. It's April the 5th, 2021. I hope you're having a good day today. I think we're going to have a wonderful day today. I think we might have a pretty good week this week. If you're a GameStop shareholder, there's some really good news out today. Really good news. Ignore the stock price. As a matter of fact, buy the dip. This is an opportunity you're not going to get much more of. This is great news. The company's raising money. Finally raising money. I'm so happy to see them offering something, anything. Just give the market a taste of stock. But I got bad news for hedge funds. Oh gosh, I got bad news for hedge funds. You guys are what? How much are you short? How many shares are you guys short? There's 70 million outstanding now. We think there's 200 shares trading around out there, and the company's offering 3.5 million shares. Go get them. Just call up Jefferies and Company, the broker that's offering the stock on behalf of GameStop. Tell them that you'd like to get 1 million of those, and you guys over there, you call them, you want 500,000. Then you guys over there call them, you want your 700,000 shares, and over there you call them that you want your 400,000 shares. All these guys. Oh, and then the Chicago guys, all those Chicago option traders that are writing naked call options. Why don't you call Jefferies and Company and tell them how many you need? Oh yeah, well we need 1 million, we need 2 million, we need 1,500, we need 500,000. We need add it up. Jefferies will add it all up, and Jefferies will go, okay, here it is. We have 3.5 million shares available from the treasury of the company, maximum. We can only issue $1 billion worth of stock, so we can't sell it any higher than $287 if we sell all 3.5 million shares. And we need 50 million shares. Wonder where the problem is. I'm trying to figure out where the problem is. We have 3.5 million shares, and we need 50 million. 3.5 million, but we need 50 million. Maybe we'll just issue 1 million shares at 1,000. That's $1 billion. So we're only allowed to issue $1 billion of the stock. Maybe we'll issue 2 million shares at $500 a share. How about that? We could do that. We could issue all 3.5 million at 287, I guess. But why should we? I mean, really? Is there 50 million needed for the 3.5 million we have? I wonder what we should do. I am so confused. The stock is 165.80 on the open market. This is ridiculous. This is a joke. Anyone selling this stuff right now, you have just given away a fortune. You have given away a fortune of money, because we're about to see the hand being revealed to the market as to how many shares are actually required to try to cover some of these short positions. Unless, of course, hey, I guess it's a free country in the U.S., and the markets are free to do as you wish. Perhaps these brokerage firms, these hedge funds and their brokerage partners, will just keep carrying the positions that they have, and they won't even take the advantage of trying to get some of their shares, covered by buying into this 3.5 million issue. They're just not going to do anything. They're gonna sit back and say, well, the stock is down to 165, so we're doing great as short sellers. Yeah, as long as it stays there. But if only 1/10 of the shorters try to cover their positions, they're going to need 5 million shares, maybe 8 million shares. I'm guessing with you guys, how many shares are out there really? How many shares are actually trading out there in the open market? Are there 200 million shares of GameStop floating around out there that are held in actual investors' hands? Because if you do a Google search and ask Google, who are the largest shareholders of GameStop, you get all the mutual funds and the hedge funds and the pension funds and the ETFs and the index fund. Read the list and add it all up, and it's way more than the 70 million that are out there, plus the insider stock on top of that, declared short positions on top of that. We know there's it's got to be over 150 million, 200 million shares are out there. I'm asking, and I'm speculating conservatively, I mean super conservatively, that there's at least 50 million shorted, but I think it's 100 million. 100 million are out there that shouldn't be out there, minimum. And the company's offering 3.5 million shares. I think this is hilarious. Anyone selling the stock right now at 166 a share, 166.24, you are giving it away. You're giving it away. You're obviously not paying attention to what's going on. You're being scared by the pre-market action, which just is unfortunate because, of course, you have no one to talk to. You have no one you trust. You have no one watching it on your behalf, and you're just panicking out, and you're going to regret it so soon. Oh my God. Within an hour, you could be regretting it. Within a day, you could be regretting it. Within the week, you'll be going, why did I do that? This stuff's trading at 300 a share, 500 a share. What am I doing it? Offering at 166. What am I doing? Am I an idiot? Well, obviously, you're adrift in a sea, and you can't see the lighthouse, and you have no one that you can talk to, and your radio isn't working on your sailboat. You're adrift. I get it. 986,000 shares traded in the pre-market. I cannot believe that 986,000 shares of selling has come into this pre-market, with the company making a series of announcements led by the fact that the sales are up. In case anyone didn't know, sales for February are up 5+% versus the February a year ago. This is before COVID, before they shut down the stores, with fewer stores. Remember, they've shut down 600 stores. Sales are up 5% across the board. That's number one. Number two, for March to March, when they did start closing stores last year, they're up 18% versus last year to this year. And so the company is making more sales. In other words, the sales this year could reach 9 billion instead of 8 billion from 2 years ago. We have to compare 19 to 20 or 2000. Yeah, 2019 to 2021 right now, because 2020 was a wipeout, was a COVID year. So the last full year the company was open was 2019. They did 8 odd billion in sales in 2019. They're going to do closer to 10 billion sales this year. And they're going into an e-commerce scenario at the same time. So they're on a roll. The company is on a roll. Their sales are rising everywhere. And they're going to raise a maximum of $1 billion from 3.5 million shares maximum. Folks, you watch me all the time, and I talk to you about how we have a quiet day today. We've only traded 9 million shares all day today. 9 million shares is a quiet day. These guys want to issue 3.5 million shares. This is nothing. This is zip. This is zilch. It's not even 5% of the float of the company. We are talking such a small offering. This isn't going to satisfy the street. This isn't going to help short sellers. This is going to hurt short sellers, because Jefferies and Company is under no obligation to issue the stock today. They're under no obligation to issue the stock at the market price that, like, they have to. They don't have to. Jefferies can say, no, we'll wait for a week. We'll wait for a month. The company has 600 million cash in the bank right now. The sales are up 18% in March. These guys are on a roll. And so they have this, Jefferies has a holster. They got a gun in the holster. They got bullets in the gun, but they don't have to shoot you yet. They don't have to fire off a bullet. They can wait for as long as they want to offer stock. There's no need to offer it at 167. No, they could sit back and go, no, it's not available. You short sellers, you keep stewing for a while. We'll take expressions of interest. How many shares you want and how much you're prepared to pay us for it. That's the angle that I would be playing if I were Jefferies. Not the other way around, where the short sellers go, you're desperate to sell stock. Okay, how low will you go to get rid of your stock? And Jefferies is going, no. We don't need the money. We got the lights are on. We're fine with our sales. They're up. No, we're prepared to offer stock. Maybe 3.5 million shares, but that's the maximum we are allowed to sell. And we can only raise $1 billion. That's the most we're allowed to raise, because that's what we filed. A maximum of $1 billion, a maximum of 3.5 million shares. But we could just sell 1 million at 1,000 a piece. That's $1 billion. And then we tell the company, sorry, you can't sell any more shares. We only sold 1 million shares for you at 1,000 a share. Here's your $1 billion. Give us a call if you want to raise some more. The company's thinking, yeah, we don't want to sell 3.5 million if we don't have to sell 3.5 million to raise our $1 billion. Yeah, why don't we do it at 500 a share? We'll just sell 2 million shares instead of 3.5 million. Yeah, we could do that. This 166, Think again. You think that Jefferies is dying to sell stock at 166 right now? They're dying to do it? No, they're not. No, it's the opposite. The buyers are dying to get in. The shorters need millions of shares to cover themselves. And Jefferies knows it. GameStop knows it. Ryan Cohen knows it. I know it. You should know it. This stock at 167 a share. Anyone buying this stuff is a genius right now. If you guys are trying to buy any of this stuff, I say way to go, because this is your dip. This is an opportunity, and I don't know how long this is going to last. Anyone that was dumb enough this morning to sell it, was it 157 something? It touched it. It actually touched 160. I thought, what an idiot. What a moron whoever sold that is a complete moron. In any event, what can I say? But whoever bought it at 157 is a complete genius. In any event, we'll see how this plays out. Folks, welcome to the channel. It's your Uncle Bruce here for a Monday morning. Skippy, thank you for becoming a member of this channel, the latest, greatest member to join this channel. And pop your comments on here. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Folks are picking up stock here. They're telling me I just bought stock. I recommend, my recommendation is if you want to get more, you have room to buy more, get it now, get it here, because this company, after they raise whatever they're going to raise, selling 3.5 million shares, what are they going to do? They'll be sitting on $1.5 billion or whatever it is in cash. They'll have a bunch of money. More than enough to fund their transition into e-commerce and whatever else they want to do. It's now 168. It's coming on. Do not be surprised if the shares actually have an update today. When it's all figured out, when the street tries to put it together and go, yeah, you know what? This is interesting. They're not issuing 20 million shares or anything like that. It's not like this company is like AMC. I mean, AMC had 107 million shares outstanding a year ago. Today, AMC has close to 400 million shares outstanding. I mean, they have flooded the market with stock, and they're going to flood another 500 million shares into the market. Did you hear that? 500 million more shares are being sold by AMC out of the treasury. That's bad news if you're a shareholder. Bad. B-A-D equals bad. These guys are offering 3.5 million shares. Hello, wake up there, McFly. 3.5 million. This is nothing. This is house cleaning. This is a zero. 3.5 million shares is all they're offering. Stock is not going to be offered down here. I don't think it should have to be offered down here at all. Jefferies & Co., take your time. Let the market do what it wants to do in the pre-market. That's fine. Take expressions of interest from the street if you get any. If the hedge funds actually call you and say, yeah, we might be interested in 100,000 shares. We might be interested in 500,000 shares. And they'll just take your name and number down. What was your name again? Oh, so-and-so. And you wanted, 500,000 shares? Okay. We'll get back to you because we're taking expressions of interest right now. And then as the day goes on, the list gets longer. And within the first 5 phone calls, the 3.5 million are sold. And now the waiting list begins. Oh, we got more. And it's not like they're offering them this stuff. It's no guarantee. You're just telling us how many you would want. We're not selling them to you. I mean, we're not guaranteeing them to you either. We're just taking down your interest level to see what the interest level is. So if we have interest levels of 35 million shares actually wanted, and we only have 3.5 million we could possibly sell, you might get 1/10 of what you asked for. So if you called us up and said, we'll take 250,000 shares, I might call you back and say, I can sell you 25,000, which leaves you short 225,000 shares that you didn't get at whatever price we negotiate this at, because we're not offering the stock at the current pre-market price of 167.50. Oh, no. If we have a demand for 35 million shares, and we only have 3.5 million shares, you think that Jefferies is going to say, oh, we'll just give it to you at 167? I don't think so. No, it's not going to happen. This is not how this works. And the street, and I am dying to find out, wants to know what the interest level is for this stock to Jefferies. And Jefferies can go back to the company and say, We got calls here from 55 buyers, pension funds, ETFs, exchange funds, hedge funds, brokers on behalf of investors. We have an interest here for 58 million shares. That's how much they want, 58 million. And GameStop's going to go, we're not interested in selling 58 million shares. What do we need that kind of money for? Why would we issue 58 million shares from our treasury? We don't have bills that we can't pay. We don't even owe that guy. We only owe $300 million. That's all we have in debts, total debts. We've got 600 something million in the bank. We don't, no. We just wanted to raise like maximum of $1 billion. That's more than enough to fund whatever we need to fund. And, 50 plus million. This is, the street gets a whiff of that. You mean to tell me that Jefferies has an order book that's tallying 58 million shares of GameStop wanted, and they've only got 3.5 million for sale? I think that's an imbalance. Don't you? That's a slight imbalance between interest and availability. What happens when there's an imbalance in the market? Let me think a minute. More buyers than sellers, stocks go down. That's what happens, right? That's what happens. No, it doesn't go that way. Okay, stocks stay flat. They don't move at all. No, that doesn't happen either. Well, what's the other option? Is there another option? More buyers than sellers, and you've got 15 buyers for every seller. I studied this in school. I know I studied it. I was hungover the night before. I was at a party. I was at a frat party, and the prof was talking about how there's 15 people who want to buy something, and there's only one seller that's prepared to sell something. And I used to hear about this from my parents who knew a realtor who said something like, there's 15 people who want to buy every house in the neighborhood that you live in. That's why your house price keeps going. Now, was it down or was it the same, or what's the other option? What other possible direction could the stock go or a house price go if there's 15 buyers for every seller? Gosh darn it, it might go up. It just might go up. Wowee. Well, how much can it go up? Well, 15 to 1. What's 169 now? Maybe it could go up a lot. Like really a lot, like stupid a lot, like it's been going down stupid a lot. Like it was 346 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? 3 weeks ago, wasn't it? 346? And it went down to 172 in 25 minutes with 5 trading halts when they were attacked by short sell. Could that not be the reverse here, where Jefferies is going, we have 3.5 million shares. Who wants them? Who wants them? Who wants them? And I'll take some. Add it all up. We don't have enough stock for you guys. Sorry. We'll get back to you later. We'll let you know. And then the world finds out what's going on and realizes, oh my gosh, this thing is so oversubscribed, beyond unbelievable. We're at AMC, over at AMC. How much you want? How much stock would you like to buy? Please call us. We're offering 500 million shares if you're interested. I don't think the phone's ringing over at the brokerage firm for AMC. I don't think that's what's happening. But over here, with 50 million wanted, 80 million wanted, 100 million wanted, I don't know what the number is. We all have been guessing what the number would be. I think we're about to find out what the number is going to be. And as I said all morning, I've been sitting here all morning looking at this, just shaking my head in disappointment, I suppose. Just disappointed that there are actually investors out there who are unaware of what this really means for the company. That they'll be cash rich, they will be, their sales are rising dramatically, they're converting to an e-commerce, they're going to become as well run and as desired as Chewy shares and other e-commerce companies. And this stock is on sale right now at maybe 20 cents on the dollar. I mean, this is 1/5 of where it's going. Tomorrow, no. But down the road, yeah, it's really, really cheap. What can I say? I'm just trying to explain to you in plain English as best I can just what the heck is going on here. And 169.56, we're coming back to 170. This stock is $40 too low right now. This should be 220 right now. This should be 220, if not going to 250 already, because the company's offering maybe 3.5 million shares. They don't have to issue 3.5 million shares. If they only issue 3 million shares at $333 a share, that's $1 billion. That's the max. They have to stop selling stock. This stock is now 172. This should be 250 right now. It's $80 below price. And if you're not taking advantage of buying some of this, if you can take advantage of it and you aren't, I can't help you. I can't make it any plainer English than this. This is so on sale. And anyone getting out is either been misled, unaware, clueless, not paying attention, not doing their homework, not reaching out for advice. They're panicking on maybe our friends over at CNBC who are not doing anyone any favors over here. There's Jim Cramer talking. I hope Jim Cramer is talking sense. I don't know what he's saying. I can only see him. I don't know what he's saying. But to me, this is not bad news for the company. This is not bad news. Now 175 a share, it's going up. What can I say, kids? It's an opportunity as far as I'm concerned. Do not get sucked in with this so-called talk of dilution of the company and, oh, they're desperate to raise money, or oh, they're in real trouble. No, they're not. Oh, God. Danius, would hedge funds go directly to GameStop or through their chosen broker? Would these shares be bought off the market? How would it work? The hedge funds know that they can contact Jeffries and Company. That's the broker that has been hired by GameStop to rep them, to issue stock, to sell stock through them into, quote, into the market as they see fit. There is no rule, no law, no anything saying they must sell at whatever the opening price is this morning on the New York Stock Exchange. No way. They are not obligated to issue at any price, any stock whatsoever. Think through that, you guys. Just because the stock in the pre-market is 173 to 175 does not mean GameStop's going to issue the stock at 175. They're under no obligation to do any of it. They don't have to sell any of it today, tomorrow, next week, 3 weeks from now. They have to sell any shares. None. They can issue stock whenever they want to whomever they want into the open market without even letting anyone know that they're selling stock. In other words, Jeffrey could just say, oh yeah, it's trading at 250 right now. I will sell 5,000 shares at 250. There's a buyer for 10,000 shares. Give him 5,000. The buyer doesn't know they just bought 5,000 from the company. They just got 5,000 of the 250 they wanted. The rest of the market is oblivious as well. This will be fed into the market very discreetly, unless Jeffries makes a deal, if they want to make a deal, with a buyer for a block of stock. And maybe at $300 a share, they might be issuing 1 million shares at $300 a share, or whatever the number of stock is. That could be, but that doesn't have to be announced. That doesn't have to be, no one has to know. That's an in the market offering. What they will do is go to the company and say, on Monday, we sold 5,000 shares. On Tuesday, we sold 400,000 shares. On Wednesday, we sold so many shares. We raised this much money for you. Here's your $1 billion, or here's your $700 million, or whatever we got for you. We sold 3.5 million shares for this much money, or we sold 2 million shares and we got you your $1 billion, or whatever the number is, somewhere in between. But down here at 173.85 or 174, it's not going to happen. It's not going to be offered. This stock is being given away by anyone who's selling it for no reason, no good reason, because this company has just gotten stronger. And the bottom line, the financial statement of this company has just gotten real stronger. They'll have no trouble selling these shares, no trouble. Even at $200 a share, all 3.5 million, that's $700 million. They've got 600 something in the bank, 600 something million. That's 1.3 billion, 1.35 billion cash on hand if they just do it at 200. If they do it at 300, then they can't issue all 3.5 million shares. They can only issue up to $1 billion worth. Well, then the company would have 1.6 something billion in cash on hand, with maybe 3 odd million shares sold instead of 3.5 million shares sold into the market. And there would still be 50 to 100 million shares shorted against the stock. The company's book value will rise. The moment they conclude this deal, the value of the company will be higher because they're not issuing stock at $10 a share. They're not issuing stock at $15 a share. They're issuing stock at the price they feel they will be prepared to take. And I don't think it's down at 173 a share either. I don't think so. I don't think they have to do that. So if they have 1.5 billion in the bank, let's say, I'm just using numbers here. I'm just giving you the what ifs. They have 1.5 billion in the bank cash, and they got 73 million shares outstanding instead of 70 million shares outstanding. Divide the 73 million into the money and figure out how much cash they have per share. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to get at. If they had a dollar of cash in the bank for every share outstanding, they'd have $73 million. They have $10 of per share of money in the bank, they'd have $730 million, right? They have $2, it's $20 worth of stock. They've got $20 in the bank for every share that exists. So each share that's out there has $20 cash represented in an asset right now. Back in July, just think about this, last year, July, the stock was trading at $4.50 a share. So that's the price of the stock, all right? All the shares outstanding, 70 million times $4.50 a share trading value. This company was worth $300 million. That was the value of GameStop, $300 million last July. The company at $200 a share today, for example, round number, is valued at $14 billion. So it's gone up in value. If they end up with $20 cash in the bank value, that's 4 times what it used to trade at last year. This is a whole different ballgame. All those analysts out there that you've been hearing about who say, oh, the company is worth $8 a share. It's an old blockbuster type of company, or it's a $20 a share maximum value because they'll never make the kind of money they say they're going to make. These guys have $20 cash in the bank per share. What are you talking about, a $20 valuation? Every analyst now has to redo their analytics. They all have to come back and go, okay, all right, okay. They got $20 cash in the bank per share. Their sales are up 18% in March, up 5% February. Okay, maybe they're doing a little better than I thought they were going to do. Oh, no kidding, Sherlock. No kidding. They'll come back maybe and go, well, it's a $45 company, or it's a $55 company, or maybe that's what they'll do. They'll still won't get it. They still won't understand it. The Jefferies and Company analyst has said 175. That's where we think the stock is worth. That was 2 weeks ago. 175, the only one. Now the company is going to raise cash. This could be the first of several issuances of shares over the next few months, and each one will be progressively higher and higher and higher. And it could mean that in the next few months, the companies could be sitting on $6 billion cash. $6 billion cash. You don't sit with $6 billion cash and do nothing. You buy something. And what do you buy? You buy cash flow. You buy earnings. You buy sales. You diversify your company into a larger footprint. And you won't be at 175 a share. You won't be at 275 a share. You won't be at 475 a share. You're not going to be around here anymore. That's all I can tell you. I mean, that's all I can speculate with you on. I know all of you are asking, how high will it go? What do you think it'll do? How much will they sell? What will they get? I'm just sitting here going, there's no way this stock is going to be in this neighborhood much longer. That's just not going to be the case. Josh, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. I appreciate you joining us. KW, in this announcement, likely to jack the price high enough that GameStop was considered a stock split. I don't know. I think we got to get closer to over 500 a share for a while. I think we got to be there a while. Not so sure if we're going to see a stock split at 200 a share, 300 a share. I don't see the need for that. AB, impressive that seasoned stockbrokers just look at the headline of 3.5 million sold and think the company's dumping and going bankrupt. Yeah, they don't want to pay attention to it. They don't want to know. They don't want to do the due diligence. They're ignoring the sales numbers that are coming out, the first 9-week performance numbers. They're ignoring it because the bottom line is there are a lot of brokers out there who are being told by their managers, you're not here to think. You're here to raise cash. You're here to raise assets. Get on the blower and get people to bring their money in here and put them into our house funds. That's all you're here for. You're not here to advise people to buy stock. Those are the old brokers. That's when Bruce used to be a broker. Bruce used to have to think for himself with his managers and his advisors, and they would then come up with a list of stocks that they would recommend to their investors based on market conditions and day-to-day fluctuations and what's going on out there. But today we don't do that. We tell you to get in your cubicle, shut the hell up, stop talking to your buddy, and get on the blower and raise cash from investors and put them into house accounts, put them into our house funds. That's all we want you to do, because we're paying you on the amount of money you can attract from people that you're managing. That's how we pay you. We don't pay you on anything else. You don't get paid a commission to buy and sell stuff. You only get paid a percentage of the amount of cash value that you have under administration. And we expect you to bring in $1 million a week, or $500,000 a week, or $5 million a month, whatever the number is. And we expect you to have $500 million under your brokerage account here in your cubicle within the next 2 years. Otherwise, you're gone. We fire you and replace you with someone else that'll make the call. Get back to work and stop thinking. And that's why it's so difficult to attract top talent as in the brokerage business, because they're now robots. They're asset gatherers. And the only guys that are going to do this are the ones who can't think for themselves. I'm sorry to be so harsh, but it's a different world now. Guys like myself, I would never enter the brokerage business today as a so-called stockbroker in the world that these guys want me to be in. I'm not interested in this business. I'm interested in, as a broker, I want to have a relationship with my client and understand what it is you need. What is it that you're after? What are your family's objectives and goals? Because each client is a different client. And the clients need guidance, and they need tax advice, and they need long-term planning for asset growth and management. You might be 35 years old and you have a family with health issues that you're dealing with. You might be 55 years old and you're handling now your parents' estates because your parents need your help. You've got all kinds of pressures on you that are not cookie cutter type scenarios. Everyone is different. And a broker, an advisor, has to be adjustable and flexible to handle each of their clients' needs and wants and desires. But in today's brokerage world, if you don't fit into this slot, you don't fit in with us. You, the client, have to fit into the broker. The broker doesn't fit to you. It's completely gone the opposite direction. And the SEC has said, hey, we're not here to tell brokers how to do their business. We just, we let them do what they do. So a lot of you out there are forced to deal with this. This is your stockbroker right here. This is it. This is all you got. This is all you're going to get. If you don't have $500,000, you might not attract any human being to your account because you just don't have enough money to count. So you're on your own, and you're going to buy and sell stock by touching your phone. And if you need help, you have to go to the frequently asked questions section of your brokerage firm to get the help that theoretically you need. And if that doesn't work, you theoretically can call an 800 number, and good luck getting help from a human being through that, because they're going to try to steer you to another Q&A department to try to get you looked after. I've heard this from you personally, those of you who spend time with me from time to time when I offer my 1-hour consultations. It's unbelievable, and it is a disgrace. But it's the way it is, and welcome to the world. This GameStop, people are selling this stock at 174 right now, and they're getting hosed. They're being taken advantage of. They have no idea that they are selling stock at a price that is a fraction of what they could be getting for it, if they only knew. And anyone buying this stuff, congratulations, you're stealing it. You're stealing stock from unwitting sellers. What can I say? Well done. How Jeffries will play this, we'll find out over the next day or two or week or 2 or 3. We'll find out what they're up to and how they handle this whole deal. Personally, I know how I would handle this stock sale. I would be in no hurry to offer stock to anybody anywhere near this price. Not even close. But we'll see what's going on. Faber and Jim are talking, so we're getting closer to the open, 26 minutes away from the actual opening of the market. GameStop right now 173.97, around 174 a share. And to me, this is an absolute giveaway of stock. This is an absolute shame that anyone is, if anyone's being told to sell it here, oh, are they being misled? But I can't fix stupid. I can't help stupid. It's up there. Dexter, way to go from joining us here as a new member. Thank you for coming in. I did do an alert this morning for those of you who are members. Chris also, thank you. Chris Condi, thanks for joining. Those of you who are members, you should have received an alert this morning. I was able to get one out to let you know that GameStop was doing what they're doing in a very quick way. I just give you a heads up. But I would be covering it here live today for everybody, obviously. If you become a member of this channel, you will get headlines, you will get alerts from yours truly, whether it's something you need to know about, a major market scenario, or if I'm adding a stock to my favorite stock lists, if I'm adding a new favorite stock to my list, you'll get the heads up before the rest of the street does. And so that's another reason to become a member of this channel, to be on the inside rather than on the outside looking in. And so welcome all of you who are becoming members of this channel. You get to comment on these comments here, join a good family of people here, good people here. We try to keep the trolls away as best we can. And you also get to use emojis, and occasionally you'll notice I will pop a video up from time to time just for sponsor members. But mainly you'll get alerts, which is really what you need, is quick alerts as to just something you should be made aware of ASAP. And that could come at any time in the day or night. And I thank you all for being here. Pravin, thank you also for joining this channel. Another member, appreciate it. It means a lot to me that so many of you have decided to become part of this family. I appreciate it. All right, well, there you have it. The Dow looks good. The markets look good. We're gonna have a good day on the big board. The Dow is up 250 points in the pre-market. The unemployment numbers on Friday came out and it looks good. The economy is picking up. The amount of money in the economy is unbelievable. The $1.9 trillion stimulus is doing its thing. It is circulating through the economy. This infrastructure program, this would be even bigger, and it'll last 10 plus years. The amount of job creation for America would be unprecedented. I tell you, I would rather see the United States do an infrastructure program like they're talking about, because it'll hire civilians left, right, and center across the USA in every manner of speaking, all kinds of jobs, rather than hire more soldiers. I would rather the United States not hire more soldiers in its military, but have the private economy hire more civilians, because civilian jobs pay way more money and they're far more productive for the overall good. I think the United States has enough soldiers anyway. It has enough of a military presence. Now work on your infrastructure. Rebuild some of those airports down there, those bridges, the highways, the internet, the whole enchilada. It's a made in the USA major job creator, and I think for America it would be massive. For the markets, as investors, you're gonna love this. Oh, you're gonna love this move. And they pull this thing off, the markets are gonna have a wonderful decade coming up. Charles Book, thank you for becoming a member of the channel as well. I try to give a shout out to all new members if at all possible. I appreciate all of you coming in. Absolutely amazing. Guys, thank you for joining me this morning. We're having fun here. Up 250 on the Dow, up 27.8 on the S&P 500, up 108 points on NASDAQ, all pre-market. This is all futures looking really strong. GameStop 172, bargain, mega bargain right now. The Hard Truth has become a member as well. Thank you, Hard Truth, for joining. And death, there's always death. I mean, there's life, there's death. You can't get around it. Well, death has become a member of the channel. What can I say? They're here. Welcome. Yes, rebuild schools, hospitals, get rid of potholes. I love this one. Declare war on the potholes. I love that line. I'm definitely a fan of that. I know that I've been on a few of the interstates in the U.S. where the potholes are just scary as can be. It would be nice to have the roads smoothed out. I gotta say too, I remember I was in Germany visiting my cousin. This is years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, and he said to me, I'm going to take you in my car. We're going to go from where we are now to somewhere else, but I'm going to take you on a little side route. I'm going to take you on the worst road in Kassel in Germany, the worst road we have. And I'm going, the worst road? He said, oh yeah, this is the one. This is the worst road in this entire area. How rough it is. I go, oh, okay, because I was mentioning how smooth the highways are, and he says, yeah, let me show you. So about 2 blocks away from his little condo area was a roadway that was kind of it's a public-private roadway. It was sort of between a developer and the city, and they were sharing the dollars to build it and maintain it. And we're driving along the road. I said, what's wrong with this road? He says, can't you feel it? I said, well, yeah, the car's bumping a little, but just a couple of cracks. But he said, this is the worst road in Germany. This is as bad as it gets. This is a disgrace. And I'm going, this is what a new highway looks like in my town. What are you talking about? He just was laughing. He said, around here, this is as bad as it gets. This is outrageous. There are chips from the pavement off by the curb, and there's cracks, and this has to be completely ripped out and redone. I said that would never happen in Canada. There's no way in the U.S. and Canada. We'd go another 10 years. You haven't even filled in the potholes yet, let alone. I mean, no way. No. This is nothing. But on the highways in Germany, I was driving along one section with him, and we came to a construction zone. He said, "Yeah, they're repaving about a mile here of the expressway, and the depth of the concrete on the autobahn is something like double the depth of the pavement in the United States and in Canada. It is so deep that it's it takes a much longer amount of time for deterioration to show. And I guess the kind of mix of concrete and other materials they're using, the road is much more flexible, and it's not as brittle. And anyway, the engineering of it is just stunning to me. I was impressed at how clean the place was, how dust-free the entire 1 mile stretch of highway was. That was all ripped up. There was no dust balls in the air and all this sort of stuff. I go, this is pretty impressive. He said, oh yeah, it costs a lot of money, but we pay for it. And we expect the best, and we get it. And I'm going, well, I bet you the number of flats you guys suffer is a fraction of what we get in North America, because we have nails and debris everywhere. It's unbelievable. Anyway, little things like that. Thank you for joining me today. Infrastructure spending, way to go. I hope it happens. This will be good for your markets. Hugh, and welcome Hugh to the channel. HN is in the house, and thank you for becoming the latest member of the channel right now. 18 minutes till the opening is where we're at right now. 173 on GameStop. This is way too low. This should be 250 a share right now is where it should be right now. Only 3.5 million available from the Treasury. Maximum availability. $1 billion is all they're offering in stock. There's no way this stock should be at this price. Not anywhere near this price. This shares should be soaring in price right now because of the absolute shortage of paper for the shorters. 3.5 million will not solve any of the dozens and dozens of hedge funds that have shorted this stock. There's no way. Hedge funds that are long on this paper, they should be buying this stuff up like crazy and running it to 250 right now. That's what I'd be doing. If I were long this stock, I'd be buying up every piece of paper that's being offered here by anyone dumb enough to offer it at 172.50. This is a giveaway of epic proportions. The company's numbers are surging higher on their sales forecast and their actual sales for the first 9 weeks. Unbelievable. This stock shouldn't be anywhere in this neighborhood whatsoever. But I can't help everybody. I can't fix stupid. I can only do what I can to let you in on what I see and how I see it in a plain English format. But with 150 of you here, I got to figure there are 20 million people that don't know what you are hearing from my opinion. They're not even hearing my opinion. They don't have no clue. And this is where cheap stock comes from. This means opportunity knocks in your neighborhood. This is where you have a shot at cheap stock for a little while. But I don't know how long it'll last at these prices. Eventually, the street will figure it out, but it'll be too late for right now. 1.4 million shares have traded in the pre-market, most at a low level, even lower than this, 157 for the low this morning. I pity the poor person that got out at 157. I pity them. But then again, stupid is as stupid does. I don't know. If you don't investigate what's really going on and you get sucked into a low trade, I can't help you. You're not an investor. You're a flipper, and you got flipped out. It's unbelievable. This stock is on sale, mega on sale. We haven't even heard the new directors that have been nominated to the board yet. Why anyone would want to sell these shares before the company is about to announce the new slate of 8 directors that are going to be joining the board. You got to be kidding me. You couldn't shake this stock out of my hands if I were a holder. Not at all. And those of you who don't know, I don't own any stock in AMC, GameStop, any company whatsoever. I'm a commentator. I'm a play-by-play color man. I'm just telling you what I see on the field and what I interpret is happening. I have no conflict of interest with any of my viewers. If you own stock, God bless you. If you don't, it's okay. I don't own any shares. I'm just telling you what I see happening and how I see it happening. And I don't have a conflict with any of you with regards to whether you're buying the stock, selling the stock, holding the stock. But if I were your broker today and you were calling me going, Bruce, the stock is down $18 a share. What should I do? I'd say buy more. Don't be selling this stuff. And if you can afford more, get it now, because this company is on a super discount price right now. But that's just me. I'm just a guy in a living room in Creston, British Columbia, Canada, 3 miles north of the Idaho border, which is right over there. And we're locked in our houses. We can't go anywhere right now. We can't cross the U.S. border. So I can't see my fantastic friends in the USA. I can't go to my favorite Costco in Coeur d'Alene. I can't go there right now. I'm locked out. That's just the way it is right now. But I'm just a guy telling you folks out there, this company is on a roll, and they are about to announce 8 new directors that are going to join this board of directors. They're going to be nominated for the annual meeting, which is in June, and I wouldn't sell this stock until I find out who these people are. And I'm kind of excited, to say the least, that some of these 8 could be game changers for this entire corporation, in that the perception of this company by Wall Street, the formal end of Wall Street, could change overnight, because some of the people that might be brought onto this board could be of such a stature that even the staunch opposition in New York, these New York analysts and whatnot, will go, whoa, wait a minute, oh, you mean to tell me so-and-so from this company is now a director of GameStop? Why would they do that? Why would they join this little Grapevine, Texas gaming company? There's something I'm missing here, because it could be that we have Microsoft interest. We could have Tesla interest. We could have Wall Street senior brokerage interest. We could have endless interest from other large outfits that could become part of this company. I am sure of it that the 8 coming, some of these 8 folks coming will be really important people and will absolutely change the perception of this company by those who have been poo-pooing this company for years, just years. I think it'll completely turn their heads around, and they'll then add it up and they'll go, oh, their sales are climbing. They're becoming an e-commerce corporation. Cohen is changing this company left, right, center, and now they've attracted these people as directors of the company. What more do you need to know? If you can't figure it out with this, you're dense as concrete. You haven't got a clue. You shouldn't be in the business. Anyway, that's just this guy's opinion, though. That's all it is. It's just your buddy Bruce, your Uncle Bruce here, telling you what I think is going on, and I like what I see, although I am saddened to see some people getting taken to the cleaners this morning, selling stock they shouldn't be selling at prices they shouldn't even be offering stock for sale at. But on the other hand, there are buyers and sellers on every transaction, and someone is picking this stuff up, and I say smart buys. If it's hedge funds covering their shorts, really smart move right now. This is a smart move. Cover the stock here because it's going a lot higher. There's no doubt in my mind. Kevin Pratt, morning, Uncle Bruce. Might have missed it. Does the SSR apply pre-market and aftermarket as well? I don't think so. I think it applies during market hours only. I think. I could be wrong. Let me know who anyone else knows different. But I think it's during the market hours. So if the shares open around 170 or so, that would be a 10% drop from the close Friday night, meaning the shares for all day today and all day tomorrow would be on a short sale restricted list. And that means that shorters could not come in here and hit bids to drive the market down. They can only offer stock short on upticks. Anyone shorting this right here, you got to be out of your mind. You got to be out of your brain to be shorting it here. But I can't help stupid. I keep saying it. I can't help stupid. It is what it is, and we'll see how this plays out. Ben James, the newest, latest, greatest member of this channel. Thank you for joining the group, buddy. I appreciate you being here. You get to use those emojis and keep your eyes open for alerts from yours truly from time to time as we go forward here. Folks, this is what we're looking at right now. We are 10 minutes away from the opening. The guys are talking about the fallout regarding the Archegos, Archegos margin call, that hedge fund that got blown out 2 weeks ago. They're still talking about that, and they will for a while. I'm sure that Wall Street is wondering, are there other hedge funds out there over-leveraged or not? And how many hedge funds are over-leveraged on the short side of GameStop? That's what I want to know. And maybe we'll find out in the next day or two or three or this week as this 3.5 million share offering, theoretically, is dangled in front of Wall Street. We find out what the expressions of interest are from hedge funds or others who are short GameStop. I can't imagine that there are less than 100 million shares out there that are unaccounted for, that are hard to track. And it could well be because of failure to deliver notices and call option, naked call option writing could represent just a zillion shares out there. And this 3.5 million that are being offered now, just not going to cut it, not going to solve problems. It's going to create more problems. It's going to reveal how bad this situation is for the shorters, how good the situation is for shareholders, how bad it is for shorters. But you know what? The market has to figure it out. And right now, the stock market is trying to figure out where should these shares be trading at? What is a fair value for GameStop? And at this moment in time, this second in time, with 8 minutes to go before we open the day, we're at 173.63 a share. That's where it's at right now. Anyone buying here, I think you're going to do very well. Anyone selling here, I can't help you. I can't help you. I don't know why you'd want to do it, but what can I say? What's going on, folks? We're going to watch this market and be on top of it. This should be a most interesting day coming up. Someone was saying it dropped to 155 for the pre-market low. I think there was like one or two trades that touched it. Most of the shares were trading in this 160, 65 range most morning. And then it popped up in the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It popped back into the 170, 75 range. We're now at 174.99 right at this second with 6-something minutes to go before the opening. That's where I see it. We're going to watch what happens. Ben, welcome to the club. Skippy says new members, welcoming new members into the group here. And I appreciate all of you coming in here. It's nice to have you here. Where else are we? 174.02 for the SSR. It has to be a 10% drop from the close on what would that be? Thursday's close. It doesn't really matter. Someone is saying, well, we'll find out when it all comes out. Welcome, Ben, and all new members. James says, thank you, everybody, for coming in here. Who else is in here? Hey, Bruce, the Netherlands signing in for duty. How's your weekend been? I've been busy. I have been very busy. Those of you who were here on Thursday, you noticed a new member sign up to say hello, and many of you were saying, Bruce, this member who just joined you, you don't know who this guy is, do you? You obviously don't know who this is. Mikey Pellier or Mikey Plyer was joined our group on Thursday, and then he sent a special message, a super chat, to let me know I am the YouTuber they think I am. I am the guy. And just so you know, he and I had a chat on Thursday after the market, after I finished my second show. We had a chat, and we talked for over an hour. It was great. I really appreciate it. I want to thank him so much. Mark, thank you so much for giving me your time. I know that I gave you some of my time. You had stock market questions, and I had YouTube questions, and I really appreciate it. It was a great session, and I hope we talk again real soon. And you're always welcome. If you ever want to be a guest on this show, you just give me the word. We'll put you on here anytime. That would be a lot of fun someday. Anyway, folks, it was a real thrill to have a YouTuber with over, 28 million subscribers become a member of this channel. I just blew my mind. I took a look at the stats on YouTube, the largest channels out there. He's number 84. I think he's the 84 largest channel on YouTube. I just couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. I had no idea, of course, that one, he was watching, but two, that he would become a member. And when he did, I didn't know who it was. Because I'm just, what can I say? I'm so busy being in front of my camera. I don't have time to watch YouTube. That's my problem. Anyway, it was pretty cool, and thank you again, Mark, for so many pieces of information that I desperately needed when we chatted. I have no one at YouTube to talk to. I do now. I have someone who can talk to YouTube through someone. I'm just thrilled. Thank you, Mark. Again, fantastic. Oh my gosh, I still don't know who Mark Pellier is. Mikey Pellier. Yeah, he's pretty cool. And I was looking at his channel the other day and I'm going, man, is that guy busy? Oh man. But he has a lot of employees. He has a lot of people working for him, but you can sure see it. The quality of his videos are unbelievable. He should do a video with you, Bruce. Oh, wouldn't that be fun to have him here? Anyway, we'll see. That would be huge, is right. Oh my gosh. Thank you. So it is legit. He's the real deal. Yeah, he was the real deal. And I was, as the day went on, the more blown away I got, because at the moment I had no idea, no clue. It's just another name that I can't pronounce. I can't pronounce names. And I was really amazing. Oh, that was so much fun. Fantastic. Yeah, he's got a few subscribers. He sure does. And he makes loads of content. He really does. So fantastic. I'm excited. Where are we at? 3 minutes to go. So we're getting closer all the time. I did do an alert over the weekend talking about this right here, and I confused so many of you. You had no idea what the hell I was talking about. You have no idea what is he talking about. I showed a photo of this little unit here on the group page. On the alert. I did an alert for everybody. It's basically a hunk of wood with my logo on the back and on the front. If you look at the top, though, you can see there's this opening over here. And then under here, there's an opening over here. Wondering, what is this for? You take your cell phone, and when you're listening to Uncle Bruce on your cell phone, you slip your cell phone into here, and you're listening to me talk. The sound comes out of the bottom of your speakers, comes over here, and gets projected out like an amplifier. This is a cell phone amplifier. It's a holder cell phone amplifier. No batteries, no software. Handmade in Creston, British Columbia, by Marshall Thompson, who brands his own name in there. Sourced with real wood from the Creston area. This comes from old barns and buildings that get torn down, and the wood is preserved and saved. So this wood is reused, and it is all hand done. We've got a bunch of these coming in here in the next 3 weeks or so. This is just one of the prototypes, and I decided I would show off the photo to everyone in the members group and give you a heads up that if you're interested in getting one of these guys. And we've been selling these for stock markets, for traveling with Bruce for a year and a half. There's one right up here. That's a Sextant logo, which matches the logo you see right there. That right there. That's the Sextant logo version right there. We've been selling these throughout the world. And if you want one of these, you make a donation to the PayPal account that I have. For one of these guys right here, these cost me a bit more to make because of the complexity of the logo, I guess. In any event, what we do is we're offering them for $60 US, includes shipping, airmail, anywhere in North America. And if you're interested in one of those, just send me a PayPal donation of $60. Give me your name and address. Say, I want a cell phone amplifier. I want the bagel cell phone amplifier. Tell me which one you want, because if you want this one, you better let me know. I don't want to confuse it. And we'll get your name on the list. And when they arrive, we'll send them out. But expect them in about 4 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that. Anyway, that's what that is. Let's get ready for the opening. We're just about there. What are we going to be doing right off the get-go? GameStop, right at this moment in the last of the pre-market, showing me that it's sitting at 172.14 or so. As we're waiting for GameStop to start trading on the open market, we should be ready to go here in a moment or two, and we'll see what the market wants to give us. Where will it trade? How many will it trade? At what price? And what is it going to do going forward? All righty. I'm showing right now on GameStop a 171.54 price on the New York Exchange, 1.6 million traded. I think that's 10% below the last trade, which tells me that the SSR, the short sale restriction, will be in place. We're going to watch for that. Just stand by as we go through the early gyrations of the morning. First thing here, see what happens. I'm showing AMC up 58 cents, which is a relief for some of you, I'm sure. $9.90 is the price of AMC. Still got a long way to go to come back to 14. We hope for the best there. GameStop, I'm showing 172.52 volume at the moment. Waiting to see if this is where it's going to sit. Is it halted? Is it open? We're not sure. We're watching it closely, waiting for the initial trading range of the stock. That's what we've got. That's what we're wondering about. And we'll see what happens. Anyone see anything as far as it being halted or not, you let me know. We'll keep an eye on it. I think we also have Cav here. Hey, buddy, as Twisted Sister Beth said, I want to rock. You know it, my friend. We want to rock. Let's go. Welcome, buddy. Bruce, I think his name is Mark Pallier. It's supposed to sound like multiplier. Yeah, Markiplier. I think that's how he wants it said. Brian Hood is a new member of the channel. Brian, welcome to the gang. I'm glad you've joined us as well. Nice to have you around with us. Right now, we are trading 171.71. We are moving here 1.6 million on the initial opening of the market. Again, anyone selling, I feel sorry for you long term, because I don't think this is where the stock's going to be. I think it's going to be much higher than this. But you know what, folks? I can't help those who are, whatever advice they're getting from whomever they're getting it. My hunch is this company will be cash rich, debt poor. They'll have no debt. Their sales are rising dramatically right now, even against February to February, this February to last February, when every store was still open. They're up 5% in sales from February to February. The overall March numbers were up 18% from last year, and they have fewer stores this year than last year as well. This is the other thing that no one is paying attention to, any of that information. They're all zeroing in on the fact that, oh my God, the company's selling stock. Yeah, so what? 3.5 million shares. Who cares? It's not going to satisfy the short sellers' needs. But we'll see what happens. Is Jefferies issuing stock right here, right now? They could be. I do not know. Are they offering the stock right now at 170 something, and they'll raise their whatever they can on the stock and then let it go from here? Maybe. Or is this just short selling and hedge fund manipulation with the stock here, trying to panic you guys into selling it? Is that what's going on? Maybe that's what it is. I can't answer it. I just look at this and go, it's a dip. It's a real dip here. It's an opportunity to score some cheap stock in the long run, because corporately, I think this company has a long way to go. But, you know, others have their own opinion. 168, 169. There's a shakeout going on. I say let it happen. If it wants to happen, I wouldn't give it up, because the directors have yet to be announced, and we don't have a clue who they are yet. I'm not interested in giving away stock if I don't have to, knowing what I think is coming down the pipe here. But of course, at the end of the day, do not forget, the company will be sitting on a ton of money. That's the thing. At the end of the day, no matter what they sell the stock at, they'll have a ton of money in their bank account. Plus the $600 million they've already got, they'll be sitting over $1 billion in cash. Stronger company, stronger corporation, stronger footprint. The shares can go even higher, but you got to get through Monday morning. The first 15, 20 minutes, we got to get through it and just see what this market brings us. Right now, 170.56 on the stock, down 10.91%, which puts it in the short sale restriction list so that short sellers cannot hit bids and try to drive it down artificially through short selling at market. They can't do it. So that lightens that up all day today and tomorrow. Also, all day today and tomorrow, whatever options were exercised on last Thursday, the buying from Chicago will come in today and tomorrow. But I can't hide the fact that the stock is down $20 a share, 20.84. Someone is selling, and why, I don't know. Is it small sellers, or is it hedge funds that are doing this to keep the shares looking weak, to try to encourage a wave of selling? Is that what's psychologically happening? It could be. I don't know. But anyone that follows this guy and this channel, I'm telling you to look past today and tomorrow and this week, beyond into the annual meeting coming up and the slate of new directors, and the fact that when the first quarter financials come out, get ready for a dramatic increase in financial results, because we just got a hint this morning telling us how they've done so far in the first, 9 weeks of the year, already way up on sales. But perception is reality, and reality sometimes is skewed. The stock in reality, though, is at 166, and it could be a short sale push that was coming through. It could well be that hedge funds are short stock over here and they're long stock over here with these brokers, and they're slamming the market. Or it could be Jefferies being morons and just selling stock into this market at whatever they can get for it. Don't think they should be doing that. I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they aren't, but I'm just looking at what it's doing. And the stock was at 165.07, 165.07 for the low. Volume now 2.6 million shares. If they're selling 3.5 million here right now, right away, they're almost done. They're almost finished. And then see what the stock does. But again, I'm guessing, guys. I don't know. They don't call me for permission. They don't call me to tell me what they're doing. I can only give you the play-by-play as I see it happening, and this is what I'm noticing at the moment. Thank you, Jeremy, for becoming a new member of this channel. Appreciate you being here. Who else? So we have Damien also becoming a new member. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you being here. This is a dip, and if you're a long and you're looking to get cheap stock, you just got your opportunity. It's in front of you right now. I don't know how long it'll last, and I don't think in the long run it's going to stay here. I just have a feeling that these shares could go much higher from here, but we got to get through the first half an hour of trading. Let's see what it wants to bring us. Ionized followed, held from 420 to 40. This is a bargain buy. Just got two more. Can't wait to hit the ORT cloud. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I like the stock. They're saying welcome all to the show. I'm glad you're here. And let's see what's going on. One trade at a time. 167.62 now on the stock. Volume on the morning now, 2.76 million so far. That's in 8 minutes. Is it possible that Jefferies is doing block trades of the 3.5 million at negotiated rates here? It's possible. Maybe they have, Jefferies has a number of hedge funds that they're selling stock to right here, right now, getting it done and finishing this deal off right away, and then letting the stock go to do what it wants. That's possible. I wouldn't be playing it this way, but I'm not the guy handling the deal. Richie Rich, welcome to the channel, and thank you for becoming a new member right here, right now. Just got 10 more. Right on, you guys. Anyone who's picking this up here, I think you're going to be very happy with this purchase. I just do not believe that these shares will be down here much longer. But that's just one man's opinion on the internet on a YouTube channel. What does he know? So we'll see how it goes. AMC is back to $10 a share. Oh my gosh. that's good news for some of you out there. I hope the volume of trades on AMC, 11.9 million. They sure got kicked around last week pretty badly. 1003. Let's hope for the best on AMC. Oh my gosh, do they need a help? Absolutely. Over on GameStop, 165 right now is the low of the day. We just saw that print go through. We're almost at 3 million traded already on GameStop, which puts us down 25.97 a share approximately. And we're definitely in the short sale restricted rule. The Dow up 295 points. The Dow's having a wonderful morning. It's probably hitting a brand new high right now. We've got S&P up 34.5. That's record high territory. We've got the NASDAQ up 114 points, and that is closing in closer and closer to its record high. Oil down $1.16 to $60.29. I did notice it early this morning, under 60 a barrel. GameStop 165.02 at this moment in time, with volume of 3 million shares so far this morning. We'll watch to see how it reacts. It just jumped $2 to 167.39 again. We'll keep an eye on the GameStop, of course. Did Jefferies issue the stock this morning? Did they do this? Have they issued 3.5 million shares right here, right away, right off the opening to get it out of the way and be done with it? That's possible. Or has the stock been slammed by a short seller or by hedge funds to try to create a real bad looking market? And did they get it to 165 and hope that a wave of selling would come in? 3 million shares have traded this morning on GameStop. It's now 169.65. It's just popped 460 a share on the other side. Any of you trying to buy this stuff this morning at 165, 166, 67, good on you. I think you stole paper, absolutely stole paper. And I think you got to be very happy with it. We're almost at 170 again on GameStop. Total volume now over 3.1. Let me see here, 3.16 million. Coming up to 3.2 million traded. We did trade over 1.5 million on the pre-market. So close to 5 million shares have changed hands on GameStop. And it's theoretically possible that Jefferies sold 3.5 million already. They may have done it, and they've already raised the cash, and they're going to cut a check to GameStop right away for, what would that be, $500 million odd dollars, something like that, 600 million to add to their 600 million they got, putting them at 1.2, 1.3 billion cash on hand with a debt load of $300 million. That could be the story. On the other hand, they may not have sold a single share at this point. They're only looking for expressions of interest from market players, from in effect entities that could use this stock. And now that it's back to 170, kind of could it take a run from here? We'll see what's going on. This will not take Jefferies long to take care of a 3.5 million share sale. If it's already done, it's already done. Anyway, we'll stand by. AMC back to 986. Unfortunately, it did get over 10 for a bit, reached $10.13, but AMC has backed off now to 983. GameStop 171.17, up $5-6 now from its low of the day, which was 165, with 3.28 million, almost 3.3 million traded on the New York Stock Exchange so far today, approaching 172 now on GameStop. We'll see how this reacts as the morning goes on. Again, they filed intention to issue stock, but did they sell the stock first thing this morning or not? It's now 175. I would, again, consider it an error in judgment if they did sell the stock first thing this morning. It could well have been that they haven't sold any shares through Jefferies and that there was an attack by hedge funds to try to run this market down, which didn't work because it bounced back $10 a share in 4 minutes from the low of this morning. The market has been open now 14 minutes, and it was at 165 about 4 or 5 minutes ago. It's now 176. Is Jefferies still to issue the stock going forward? 177 on the stock now, another $1 bump up. We'll see, guys. I've got a lot to follow, and we will stay on it. We now see 3.58 million shares traded in GameStop. There's a buy wave coming in here now, 177. It looks like it's approaching 177. There's definitely a buy wave of interest, which is $12 higher than 6 minutes ago already. We'll see what's going on. AMC Entertainment stock is up 4% after R. Riley Analyst turns bullish on the stock. There is an analyst saying good things about AMC, and the stock took a bit of a run this morning. Very interesting to see that. It's now at $9.90 on AMC after being a low of $9.72 this morning, a high of $10.13. Volume of 14.5 million on AMC. So they're getting a bit of an up move here. They're up 57 cents. That's good news for AMC shareholders for sure. GameStop, 176.73 approximately is where I'm showing it right now. Volume on GameStop now 3.78 million. Quickly coming into the 4 million neighborhood in only 16 minutes to start the day. We're going to find out whether or not this Jeffries offering was completed or has it even begun yet. We do not know, and I'm not sure if we're going to know until they file make it a filing. The company makes an official filing on this. We'll have to wait this out. There you go. That's what's going on. If GameStop, there's a question here from AB. If GameStop is doing this now, couldn't it be just to buy the stock again, then sell 10 million shares at 500 to 1,000? Shorters would still be short. No. Yes, even this 3.5 million, if they've issued the stock this morning, there's still a short position. This will not solve the short position that's out there. Not even close. This is like a drop of water in a hot frying pan. You need gallons of water to keep it going. This one little drop just is gone into the market. If they have already done it, I don't know if they've done it or not. It could well be that a 3.5 million share block is being negotiated between buyer and seller. And that could be at any time, anywhere, at any price. I do not know. It will be in the context of the market. Right now, the market is 175. It was 165 in the last 10 minutes. We had lots to watch, AB. We get the lots to follow, and I'll try and stay on top of it as best I can. But yeah, I don't think this the stock is going to stay here all that much longer. It's just my opinion, though. I could be wrong. There are hedge funds out there who want it lower, desperately want it lower. They don't want it at 175, 176, not anywhere near this price. But more buyers and sellers is the name of this game long term, and I think there will be more nibblers picking up this stock, waiting for the company to announce their new directors and an enhanced financials. And we already know the financials that have been released this morning, just a snippet of early sales, the first 9 weeks of sales or so, substantially higher for the company versus last year. So this is good. This is very good. 4 million shares now officially traded on the New York Stock Exchange of GameStop. Interesting to see. Has Jeffries sold the stock? Have they already sold it? Is it all gone? If it's all gone, there's no more to have at this point in time. Not from the Treasury, and they didn't bail out the hedge funds with their tens of millions of shares of shorts out there, declared and undeclared. The stock is reacting quite nicely in the last 10 minutes to the fact that it's possible that the 3.5 million have been sold already. They've already raised the cash. It's in the treasury of the company. Done deal. Let's move on. Nothing to see here. We'll see if this has truly been done. There's a lot to watch. Other stocks to watch. Keeping an eye on a few other issues here. The Vanek Vectors SMH semiconductor fund is up $1.52. Home Depot up $5.15 a share. This infrastructure program and this stimulus package having its effect on Home Depot. IBM up 43 cents. The Dow up 287, having a real nice run here. Microsoft up 332. Apple up 194. Tesla up $40 a share. Very good morning on these stocks. The SPACs are mainly unchanged. Not much going on here. Vector Acquisition down 2 cents. NAV Site up a nickel. IPOE up 6 cents. That deal should almost be finished. SoFi should be trading on the exchanges sometime in the next week to 10 days. My guess, it's very imminent. Gore's Holdings at 14.05, down a nickel. VG Acquisition Group, the Virgin Group, up 3 cents to 10.23. Starboard Value unchanged, and Fortress Value down 4 cents to 10.05. So the SPACs are taking a back seat to the big markets today. They're getting all the press and the attention, and we have to wait for the SPACs to complete their mergers, which is what they're into. I think they're in the last 30 days now for most of these. So in the next month, we will have 7 new companies to follow that used to be SPACs will now be new companies entirely, and there'll be a lot of news to cover for you there. GameStop, 176.50. I think it's coming on again. We'll see. 177, it looks like. Volume, 4.3 million. The volume is coming in to buy as it's coming up again. Was as low as 165 earlier this morning, and it is now showing 177.12. Still down $14 on the day, but nowhere near what it was doing about 10 minutes ago at 165. Dips so do great with nachos. Picked up 10 more, 165. Initial GC, way to go. Scooping it up, way to pick it up. What else is happening here? Just looking at folks giving me thumbs ups. Nick is saying we're at 179. We are 179.50, going to 180 here. Coming on. Very interesting day. Very interesting day here. Let's see here. I'm here to help you through the pain. 180 on the stock. Yep, going to 181 right now. Going higher. Bruce, we've been turning my tendies into cars. Going to name one after you. We're coming on at 180 a share now. That's $15 higher than the trade first thing this morning, first few minutes ago. What else comments are coming through? Tons. I can't keep up with them all. Thank you all of you for popping in here. Did that break your heart? Look, I stupid is as stupid does. Can't help them. You're gonna sell this stock at these low prices. I can't help you. This stock will not be stopped. I agree with that. 4.5 million already. It's going. Let's see here. Here we go. Bought 200 in pre-market. Turned on the stream and bought another 200. There you go. Bought 11 more. We're in the money. Let's see here. I prefer to buy at the peaks. Oh, man. Can't stop, won't stop the GameStop. 179.37 on volume now of 4.6 million. Very good. Very, very good. All righty. Let's go. Victor D, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Becoming a new member. I bought 5 more at 165. Bargain. You're looking like a genius already, aren't you? Yep, that's the deal, guys. This stock's on sale. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's on sale. Thank you for being here today. 1,600 of you have given a thumbs up to the show already. I appreciate that very much. Keep those coming in, guys. We have 6,200 folks watching right now around the world. 53 thumbs downs. Fabulous display between one side and the other. Thank you for the thumbs ups and your support of this channel. Thank you. All righty. 179, 178, 72, jumping around. It's at the high of the day as far as its trading day goes, roughly at this point, reaching the 180 range. We're going to see how it wants to play it. 181.45 was the high trade just a few moments ago. 4.7 million traded, and looking much better than on the opening. Should the shares have gone to 165? I can't answer that question. It's people's perception of reality and what they think this all means. But to me, I think this is discount territory. Company is a lot stronger financially, whether they've done the deal or not, or doing the deal or not. They're just going to be that much stronger, and the foundation is being raised on this company. Isn't this just an update from their December filing, decreasing from 6 million shares to 3.5 million shares, increasing from 100 million? It's possible, Trina, that they have amended their existing filing that they had, where they were going to offer a maximum of $100 million worth of stock, which could have been 6.5 million shares, but they never issued a single share. And they could have done exactly the same thing here, where they made an announcement saying, we're eligible and we're notifying the market that we might issue up to 3.5 million shares for as much as $1 billion, That could be true. It could already be done, or it could not be done already. And maybe the stock gyrated to 165 on the fear that this would be done. Then it wasn't done, and now the shares are back up to 180 a share and going higher because the street's figuring out they don't have to issue stock at 165 a share if they don't want to. They can issue the stock whatever price whenever they want to do it. And it could be that Jefferies is going, sorry guys, we're not offering stock at 165. We're not offering stock at 170. We'll let you know. You know, when the market will tell us when we're going to issue stock, but it's not telling us to do it here. And I'm hoping that was the case. I really am. But I can't speak on behalf of Jefferies. I don't know what their intention was and how they do their deals. Right now, 4.9 million shares traded. 178, 179 a share is what it looks to be at right at the moment. Very interesting morning, to say the least. Could be an update on that finally. Casper, thanks to you, Bruce. You are amazing. Picked up 13 more at 165. Where can I join the live chat? I can't find the link. If you want to become a member of the channel, that's what you're trying to figure out. If you're using your cell phone, you need to put your cell phone into a desktop mode. Put it into a desktop mode. You'll get a join button right here. You'll see it right there beside the subscribe button. You'll see a join button. Become a member that way. Otherwise, use your laptop, and you can do it that way. Thank you for asking, and thank you for being here. And all of you who are becoming members, thank you so much for doing this. Love to have you. Victor is here as a new member. Thank you, Victor. I'm trying to find your, there it is. There's Victor. He's it. Another member has joined up. Thank you, sir, for popping in and joining us today. Fabulous. Alrighty, let's see. We're at 180. But as far as I'm concerned, it's not high enough. Let's see here. About 60 shares, increments of 10. From 165.14 to 171, I've been buying 10 at a time, picking them off, and that's what a lot of you have been doing, buying the stock as it comes down to you. You're just picking, and that's the right thing to do. It's the way to do it. You pick the stock up on the dips. When they dip, you buy them, put them away, and wait for the company to tell you what they're going to be doing. And one of the big things to tell you, the new directors. We have 8 coming. Thank you, everybody, for your support of this channel. Picking up Bagels with Bruce merchandise. Thank you. Stock Markets with Bruce cups over here. GameStop with Uncle Bruce. Where's that mug? Is that one way over here? Oh, man. GameStop with Uncle Bruce. Thank you for picking up these items. I so appreciate it. It's fantastic that your support. Thank you all for that. And if you want your own cell phone amplifier, it's right there. You can pre-order one of your cell phone amps. If you want to get one of these for $60 US, just send a donation to PayPal. Include your name and address. Tell me you want a Bagel cell phone amplifier. You want one of Bruce's Bagel cell phone amps, and you're on the list. As soon as they come out, we'll send them to you. So thank you, everybody. Oh, I caused so much confusion over the weekend. People going, what's he doing? What's this? What is this? What is this thing that he's offering? It's a block of wood. What are you offering me a block of wood for? I had no idea. I fooled him big time. What can I say? Thank you, everybody. What can I say? GameStop chart is making a bunch of interesting stairs. Someone is saying, nice stair steps. Very good. We're now at 177.37 on the stock. Volume so far this morning, 5.1 million shares of GameStop. I'm very happy to hear that they're going to that they're raising the money. I'm really happy. I've been asking this company for months, start issuing stock. Just start selling stock from time to time. Raise cash. Raise cash. Just raise cash. And if you do it here, if you do it at 200, you do it at 250, you do it at 350, you do it for, I don't care. Just keep raising cash. The more cash you raise, the higher the stock will go. Because the more power you have to do what you want to do, and no one can mess with you. It's just so simple. Thank you, everybody, for your kind words. I appreciate this. Let's go. What happens to IPO call options when the merger is completed? Nothing. Your options will still be in place. They will now be known as SoFi. They will be known as SoFi options because your company name is going to change to SoFi. 1 for 1. No change. So you're going to have If you have one contract, you'll have one SoFi contract. No more of the IPOE contract. You'll now have a SoFi contract. You have 10. You got 10 of the new ones. It's just a name change. That's all it is. And the company now will trade under the symbol for SoFi, which I'm not sure if it's SOFI. I'm not sure what their symbol is going to be, but that's coming up. And but the company will now start doing press releases as the public company called SoFi. And they've got a lot to talk about because they've got 1.2 billion cash in their treasury the minute they start trading on the open market. So hang on for the ride. Going to be a lot of fun. We'll keep you posted on all of that. James Bell, thank you. Hi, Bruce. 3.5 million shares totaling 1 billion equals 285 a share. Is this a projected price target by GameStop or Jefferies? You know what? It could be, James. It could be. This is the thing that the market is not paying attention to. I don't know if Jefferies has issued their stock here already. Have they issued the 3.5 million at these prices? Or are they still to offer the stock? And the thinking is, yeah, well, we'll do it at 285 and we'll raise $1 billion there. They could theoretically, though, only issue 2 million shares at $500. That's $1 billion. There's no law saying they have to issue all 3.5 million. And there was no rule and no desire that they had to issue the stock first thing this morning. There was no call for that either. So I don't know if the deal is done or not. I don't know. And so the stock now at 175, 176, there's speculation going on. Well, what's happening? Is this a done deal, or is it going to be a done deal, or is it going to be done a lot higher? Is the stock down because of hedge funds trying to drive the stock down with this news of raising cash? Are they trying to create panic among shareholders to scare them into thinking that this company is going to become a super diluted corporation? There's no need for this company to raise $10 billion. They don't burn any money. They are making money. Their sales are up. So they don't need the cash to survive. They're using this excuse to raise cash to perhaps do an acquisition, or to perhaps fund more expansion. Maybe they're going to build another warehouse in Asia for all the e-commerce sales. Maybe that's what they need the money for. I don't know. It's not to survive. It's not to keep the lights on. That's not what they need the money for. And they don't need it to buy merchandise either. Because as they close the stores and go e-commerce, they'll have less inventory on hand. They don't need to have 5,000 stores of inventory anymore. They now need 4 or 5 warehouse distribution centers of inventory instead of 5,000 stores of inventory. That's a way down in inventory. They don't need the money for that. So this, to me, just strengthens the balance sheet, strengthens the company, and in effect, it could mean that the company might have their eyes on a competitor or a seller of whatever, a company cash flowing in this business over here, and they're just going to swallow them up. They got the money to buy whatever they want to buy. There's a lot coming, a ton coming, but the number one thing coming up, I think, is the new directors to be announced. This is what I'm waiting for. This is the big news. So when they raise the money and how they raise it, at what price, this is the big question right now. All I know at this moment in time, right at this second, stock's 175.94, 175.61. It's jumping around between 175, 176. That's where it is. Is it too low? Yeah, in my opinion, it's too low. But that's my opinion. I can't change this. I can only comment on what I see. I wouldn't be selling this stuff. That's what I would not be doing right here. All righty. Thank you, all of you, for popping in and these good questions. Really good questions, as always. You members are definitely on top of this market, and I'm appreciating for that, all of you for that. Let me just kind of keep going through here. I'm trying to keep up with your comments. They're coming in so fast here. The answer to this question is the same as to the answer to should I buy more GameStop? I got 2 more at 167. A load on the Discord. I used to also snapped up extra on the discount. Picking it up. Let's see here. Here we go. With the issuance of more GameStop shares, Could that affect the hedge funds being margin called, or would it prolong the hedge funds from being called? 3.5 million is not going to make a difference. This 3.5 million shares of issuance from the Treasury is not going to solve problems of hedge funds that are short the stock, because these guys are short a whole lot more than that. The official count, if you read the official count on, say, MarketWatch, says that there's 10.1 million shares shorted on GameStop, according to the latest SEC filings. The reality is a lot higher than that, most likely, simply because of how many shares are being failed to be delivered by brokerage firms, how many shares are being sold short through the creation of uncovered options being written in Chicago. We do that math, and then we look at the filing reports for the SEC that show us how many shares are held by all the mutual funds, pension funds, ETFs, index funds. It's well over 120, 150 million. It's an outrageous amount of stock that is legitimately owned. And how many shares do you guys have out there? I keep asking you guys. There's 5,700 of you watching me right now. You probably are all shareholders of GameStop in one form or another. I would guess 90% of you here own GameStop shares. Collectively, how many shares are we talking about? Are there 5 million shares represented here? Are there 10 million shares represented here? Are there 20 million shares represented here, or more? Add it up to what you have, what the mutual funds have, all the reporting entities have, the institutions, how many the insiders have, how many are officially declared short, how many shares are not delivered that are IOUs to the clearing firms, how many shares are represented by short sales through call option, naked call option writing. And I keep coming back to the number of minimum triple than the number existing. So 70 million exist. I bet you there's 210 million out there. And that you own them. You own 210 million shares with all the hedge funds and mutual funds and everybody else. 210 million are held right here at 176 a share. But only 70 million exist. So if you squeeze out the 140 million to the 70 million, this 3.5 million being offered today, that's not going to solve the problem. You have a 140 million share problem. You only got 3.5 million from the Treasury. That doesn't solve the problem. It leaves 138 million short that shouldn't be there. Kind of make you wonder, is this stock should be trading at maybe 500 to 600 a share, with only 70 million actually trading instead of 210 million trading. That's where I'm coming from. That's just my guess. Let's see what happens. Griff, is the answer to this question the same as before? Or should I buy? I think you should buy. Yeah, I think you should be long this stuff. A couple of more members have become, a couple more people joined this channel. Simon Hall, thank you for joining the channel today. Appreciate it. And Devin, thank you also for becoming a member of this channel. Appreciate that. Nice to have you here. How many shares are sitting here in this stock right now? If you guys own 20 million, the insiders own 26 million. That's 46 million shares. That would mean that all the pension funds and mutual funds and index funds can only have 24 million shares. That's 70 million, if my math serves correct. But we know that that's not the case. We know, because we also know there's 10 million officially shorted. So 20 million that you have, 26 million the insiders have, that's 46 million. 10 million officially shorted is 56 million. That means all the pension funds and everyone else that has to register with the SEC can only have 14 million shares. And they don't only have 14 million shares. They're sitting on 160 million. We got a problem, Houston, and it is a $100+ million, 100 million share problem, more than 100 million share problem. The stock's at 176.30. It shouldn't be down here. It should not be down here. That's where I'm coming from, guys. Let's see what's going on. Where will this stock go, and how high will it get to? 176 right now on the stock. 177. Someone's saying on the stock. Yep, I'm waiting for more clarity to come through and a lot more news. I think there'll be a lot more announcements coming from GameStop on staff being poached from other companies. You're going to hear more of this. And that every time that happens, that just solidifies the reality that the company is going to an e-commerce platform and dropping more stores. They'll drop off the stores. Don't be surprised if 1,000 more close this year, maybe 1,500, and then maybe they sell blocks of shops off. Do not be surprised. Hans, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. Nice to have you here, man. Fantastic. Bill is saying, okay, I'm going to read between the lines. Okay. I'm going on a limb here. I think Bruce likes the stock. Yeah. Don't be spreading that, but it could be that Bruce kind of likes the stock. You know, he kind of likes the stock. Yeah, okay. GameStop is mine, but that good ship Hedgy McBoatface is about to be slammed into. Jack, welcome Hans to the family. Absolutely. Every one of you who've joined the channel today, we welcome you with open arms. Nice to have you here. I'm glad you're here. We hope you're enjoying the play-by-play as we see it. AMC, I'm happy to report, is back over $10 a share at 10.01. Volume on AMC today, 21 million. Down as low as 972 today. It's had an up day practically all day today. It's up 65 cents, 10.01 right now. That is good news for AMC followers. Will the share stay there? I don't know. Can they hold these prices? I don't know. GameStop, 179.43, down $12 on the day. I would not be surprised if GameStop shares have an update today. When it's all said and done, they'll be higher than where they were Friday or Thursday. That's just I would not be surprised. I just wouldn't. The first initial shock has come through, and the investors, holders of the stock, are going, well, this isn't the end of the world. This is actually good news. They're raising money. They were supposed to be raising money months ago. They're finally raising some money. Take advantage of these prices wherever you do it. If you're doing it here or you're going to do it at a higher price, even better. Vico has become a member of this channel. Thank you for joining us as well. Nice to have you. I got more at 170. What a deal. Thank you very much. 178, 179 right now is what we're showing at this moment. There it is, 179. I just like the stock. You know what it is. I like the stock. I'm wearing my Uncle Bruce shirt today, says T Lane. Right on. So am I. I'm wearing my sweatshirt and my shirt. I got my shirt on right here. Here it is right there. I got my shirt too, baby. Yeah, I got my Uncle Bruce shirt on. I like Uncle Bruce. I have an order at 165. I didn't get it. It didn't come to me. I want more. Yeah, well, you never know, but it hasn't happened at the moment. Well, what can I say? Where are we going? Let's go here. 5.28 million volume today. Got more at 168. I'm a happy guy. Let's see here. Dober Mamba, Fidelity and Vanguard own institutional shares. If I have shares with them, are my shares counted in the institutional shares or separate as retail? Retail should be separate as retail. I think that's how that would work. They might be holding stock for the behalf of hedge funds or mutual funds, pension funds, that type of thing. Possible. All righty. I'm up. Way to go. Way to be up. Show us your shirt. 5 more at 166, 5 more at 173. Kaboom. Thank you very much. We got them. I can't wait for my coffee mugs. Just hit 180 again, someone is saying, for the second time this morning. It might do that and go beyond that. We'll see how this plays out. I'm showing 179.76 roughly. It's jumping about here. I'm going to try to read this question. Bruce, options question. If an out-of-the-money put goes in the money on a hard dip, but only stays there for a few minutes because of a V-shaped recovery, is that the ideal time to sell, even if there's plenty of time before expiry? Well, this happens on spikes and dips. Dips for put contracts, spikes for call contracts. These contracts will mirror the stock either with it, if it's a call contract, or against it if it's a put contract. So if the shares go down, the puts go up in value. The shares go up, the puts go down in value. So timing is everything. If you are long put contracts and the shares have a dip like they did this morning, the 165, perfect moment to sell. You don't know, though, when that moment happens that's the low. You don't know. Only in hindsight will you know, well, there was a low there that I might have missed, or I scored it. On the upside now, the shares have run up to 180. Is that the high of the day? Is that where call contracts should be sold and put contracts be bought? Or is this a little dip here back to 177.78, and now we're going to have a run to 190? What are we playing here? One step down, two steps up, one step down, two steps up. Is that what's going to be the pattern going forward? Your guess is as good as mine. But yes, in a theoretical way, 165 was the low of the day so far, and that was the best price for a put contract you might have had you been a seller of the put. True. All depends. All right. Thank you, everybody, for these comments and popping in to see me. Appreciate it. Let's go here. More comments. Bought more at 165. What a day. Let's see here. Picked up 6 more shares this morning in the pre-market at 166. It's going to be a good day today. Let's see. I would like to hear a reason why AMC is up. The only reason I can give you, I did read this earlier today. There was a bulletin that came out on AMC that there was an analyst at, was it Riley, that upped the stock, went bullish on the stock, or gave a bullish case for AMC. That's all I know. It's now 10.17 on AMC. That is 4 cents from its high. It just hit its high a moment ago at 10.21, up 82 cents. Volume of 23.3 million on AMC. I'm very happy for AMC shareholders. I hope it has a real run in it for you, but I do know that they are going to issue a lot of stock to pay off or pay down their bankers, diluting the company further. So take that as it is. Your call to decide what to do with the stock. It's up to you. All right. What else is going on? I told my wife I was done buying GameStop, but I just bought some more at 170. Oh man. Let's see here. What is happening? More comments coming in. Everybody, thank you. That's right. You'll never know the V in real time. You can only see the V in later on is when you see it. You have to have a gut feel that a stock is bottoming out, or is just giving you the vibe that it just doesn't have any more downside to it, or on the other side of the coin, it's topping off and it just doesn't have another oomph to go higher. That's what used to be the vibe we had on the floor of the stock exchange. We used to get those vibes. But nowadays we have to get the vibration from watching the quotes of the shares, how they're reacting, and how there's resistance at certain levels, support at certain levels. You kind of start to figure that out, but that changes day to day, week to week, depending on the company's circumstances and what they're up to. It always changes. The Dow is right now ahead 337 points. This is a very good day on the big market. We have a 46-point gain on S&P, and we have a 153-point gain on NASDAQ. So the big 3 indexes are all stronger today. A lot of fresh cash is coming into this market today in the big markets, which bodes well for GameStop in a way, because the shares have no reason to be down as far as this level here. The company will have no issue issuing their $3.5 million, and they may have already done it. I don't know. Volume now 5.95 million. We're almost at 6 million traded this morning in the first, hour and not even hour in 48 odd minutes. So the volume has been very good in 48 minutes. 176.41 is the stock. And like I say, I would not be a seller at these prices. No way. But anyway, that's what it is. What else is going on here? Comment wise, I'm just following you folks and see what you're saying. A lot of you are talking to each other, which is the best part of this channel right here. A lot of you can visit with each other through this chat now because it's under control. We're happy about that. And IPOE hit a high of 17.75 today. It's at 17.32 right now for nickel. It started with a nice high today. We're waiting for the announcement from IPOE, which is Social Capital. We're waiting for them to announce when their merger will be completed and they start to trade on the market as SoFi. We're waiting for that announcement. Now, that is, I think, within a week to 10 days away. That's my personal opinion. This deal was announced, the merger, in the first week of January. We're waiting for them to speak and reveal to us their timing of listing as SoFi. And we'll follow that company going forward, of course. Up 11 cents to 17.38. GameStop, 176.77. AMC, 10.15 on AMC, up 79 cents. Our Dow now up again, up 341. Money coming into the Dow big time because of the stimulus and the possible infrastructure package. The market likes this a lot, and they're also very happy with the unemployment numbers out of the U.S. economy from last week on Friday, on Easter Friday. Very good numbers, strong growth job-wise, and a lot of folks going forward will likely keep jobs that they have now, but from remote locations, which is changing this economy dramatically, raising housing prices all over the place. There's a big shift underway in the U.S. economy right now, and it's practically all positive. It is very, very good. So the market likes what it sees out of Washington. It likes what it sees out of the White House. And it likes what it sees with regards to where spending is going to. This is all America spending is what it is. It's an investment in America itself. And the Wall Streeters like this, and they're showing it to you with these markets moving higher. This is not bad news for the stock market. It's good news. So those of you with 401ks and you're long stock through mutual funds, ETFs, or whatever you have, you're probably noticing your statements getting better looking than worse looking. And that's a good sign for America because the retirees out there have more to live on going forward. And I think these markets are going to go a lot higher from here, a ton higher. This is only the beginning. We'll see what's going on. Thank you, everybody. I feel banned, says Andrew. I feel banned. Why do you feel banned, Andrew? What's the matter? Is there something we've done? Something we've said? I don't understand. Let's see. I can see you, Andrew. You're here, you know. We know you're here, buddy. Thank you, all of you, for popping by. Andy, I took profits on a number of long-term positions this morning. I got more money freed up for more GameStop on dips. There you go. Yep, Andrew, we can see you. We know you're here, buddy. Let's see. Are there any financial reports that can confirm it? I do not know about I've not been able to confirm this yet. I do not know whether or not Jefferies has been able to issue their stock. I do not know. We only know that they've announced it, and they are planning to issue their stock. We do not know if they have issued their stock. This is information we don't have at this point in time from anyone, whether it's the company or from Jefferies. And it's possible they've already done it, or it's possible they haven't even started. We'll see how this plays out. I'll keep you posted when I know. We'll see. Alrighty, let's go here. If HT is asking if 210 million shares are actually owned, bought, and paid for, how would that excessive number affect the share recall by the company since only 70 million exist? The so-called share recall, there really isn't anything like that. There's no way the company can say we want all our shares back. They can't do that. They can do an auditing of where their shares are, and their transfer agency firm can tell them electronically. They can give them a report in a nanosecond and say, according to our records, we know that there are 70 million shares issued by your company, but we also are aware, or we believe we're aware of an existence of many more shares in the open market through various means. So one of which is a declared short position through I believe the New York Stock Exchange. But we also have evidence of failure to deliver. There's 50 million of those, or whatever that number is. We also are aware of huge short positions that exist through the options market, but I don't know if the transfer agent would have that information. That might be through Chicago only, showing we have an open interest of put contracts and call contracts, and on call contracts, the open interest is so many million contracts from expiring this Friday up into a year further out. And this represents, this many shares, and it might represent 1 billion shares. Well, how can you have 1 billion shares of stock shorted through the option market if only 70 million exist? That is, there's something missing, and there's something not adding up here, and that's telling me that we have a lot of contracts written that are naked call contracts, and that are potentially exposing option sellers to major problems with regards to getting the shares they need to deliver against callouts. And this is what we're speculating with here every day. We're talking about how many hundreds of millions of shares of GameStop are actually out there when they really aren't out there. How can that sustain itself? And with only 3.5 million being issued by the Treasury, how's that going to solve 100 million share short position on GameStop or more? It's not. If it's truly 100 million, 140 million shares that are out there in people's hands that don't exist, this 3.5 million will only solve, what is it, 5% of the problem? It's not even that. 0.5% of the problem. Am I right on that? 140 million, 3.5 million. Yeah, 10% is 14 million. 5% is 7 million. It's 2.5% of the problem. 2.5% of all the shares out there that are shorted, one way or the other, are being solved with an issuance of 3.5 million shares from the treasury of the company. And we don't know if it's been done yet or it's going to be done, and at what price. That leaves 97.5% of the shares short, still short. This problem doesn't go away by the company issuing 3.5 million shares. And I've always maintained that. But I'm happy to see the company raising cash. That's what I want. I want this company cash rich. Solid foundation for this corporation going forward. That's what we want. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. They always hammer Chewy and GameStop at the same time. Let's see here. My travel mug arrived. Very good quality, Bruce. I'm happy to hear that. Fantastic, guys. If you're able to post a picture of you holding your item on the Facebook group page for traveling Stock Markets with Bruce, come on over there. That would be great. I'll let you in. I'm the administrator of that site. You want to join that site, you have to answer a couple of stock market questions. But come on in. I'll let you in, and then you can post a photo of your all the goodies that you're buying. That's fabulous. I'd love to see you with that. Let's go here. Buying GameStop at these prices is a no-brainer. Just do the math. 1 billion at 3.5 million is $285 a share. If that's what they're going to do, GameStop won't even start issuing shares until the thing is near 300. Buy. That's what I'm wondering. I've been wondering all morning, did Jeffrey sell any of the 3.5 million shares, or are they sitting back going, we're not selling any stock down here? No way. We're going to issue stock at 285 and higher because we're going to raise them $1 billion. We're not going to raise them 500 million or 600 million down here. But I don't know. I don't know how this has gone through or not. We do know the volume on the day now on GameStop is 6.2 million. That much we do know. And unfortunately, if this is true, that 6.2 million have traded, and that of the 6.2, most of that has been retail selling, or has been hedge funds selling to hedge fund, or shorting of stock, more shorting to keep it down. It's not working. If shorters tried to sell the stock down this morning as hard as they could, they only got it to 165. And if they're the ones who sold most of the stock that we've traded today, maybe 5 million of the 6.2 has been new shorts, these guys are in big trouble because there's only 3.5 million coming from the Treasury. And if it hasn't been issued already, it's going to be issued at a higher price, not a lower price. And these guys lose even more money. I'm wondering what is happening here. $178 a share on GameStop right now. This could be a most interesting morning. Most interesting. anyway, we're going to see what's going on. Yeah, that's right, Brian. You've got it. They're going to be obliterated. Exactly. Obliterated. Brian, you are right, says deeper value. Let's go here. My personal opinion, there's more than 200 million shares out there, 210 million. There are a lot of greedy pigs out there thinking they were all going to get rich. This stock is not going back to $50 a share. It's not going back to 100. It's not going to. Going to go much higher than here, I think, as well. Best part of waking up is bagels and a blunt with Bruce. Things are going good. I need a little jam on a guitar to settle my nerves. Brian, exactly. Simple mathematics. The stock is going to go higher. Let's see. Everybody needs to make sure that their broker to make sure your shares are being lent out currently or not. Let's see. Best advice Uncle Bruce ever given me, or maybe is Jen, invest, not gamble. The Ryan Cohen way. You need to deep dive and see it through. How about you guys? Buy it and hold it and let Mr. Cohen do what he's going to do. This is my take. GameStop strategically knows a huge squeeze is coming. So what they did is say, hey, give us the option to use them in tranches. I agree. I would love to see the company not issue any stock whatsoever anywhere near these prices until it reaches closer to 300 a share. That's what I would love to see happen. But we're going to see what gives out here. We'll be here. Let's see. Let's go. What else is going on here? So Bruce, when they have the shareholder vote, in June, how does that work? Any of you who are shareholders of record of the company, which probably would be sometime in May, you will receive electronically, likely a notification of the annual meeting, and you'll receive documentation of all the items to be voted on, which includes the 8 new nominated directors of the company, which we will hear about in the meantime, and rehiring or reauthorizing the auditor for the next year, and approving all the board of member directors that are staying on. They'll have that vote, and any other business coming in front of the company. So you'll be given an electronic vote to exercise, and you just follow the instructions. So it'll probably all be through an email, through your brokerage company. That's probably what's going to happen. Alrighty, AMC 1040. That's good news. 1039 a share, up $1.03 on AMC. Oh, I hope a lot of you folks are going to take advantage of this price move for your benefit. I sure hope this is good news for a lot of you. GameStop announced the intention to either selling up to 3.5 million of shares or up to 1 billion. So they can sell 100 shares at 10,000 a share. That's right. That's right. They could sell one share for $1 billion and raise the billion that way and put the other 3.499 million shares back on the shelf, not even issuing those shares. That's right. There is no obligation for GameStop to have to offer any stock at these prices if they don't want to. I just don't know what the philosophy is over there. That's what I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know where we're at. I know this. We're at 183 right now on the stock. 183.49. That's the high of the day on GameStop. It's surging right now from 178 to 183, a $5 pop in like a minute. Good news. Good news. Let's see what happens. Let's see what else is going on here. AB, investment strategy question for an ETF like SMH. As it gradually goes up in value, should I adjust regular investment amount to always get X amount of shares per month? Well, AB, a lot of folks have a budget that they go with. So if you've got $100 a month, $1,000 a month, $3,000 a month, $350 a month, some folks just put so much money into their account every month and then just buy whatever units they get. Where others will say, I want to buy a unit a month or 2 units a month, no matter what the price. If you can afford it, more power to you. But most people will just have a monthly budget of dollars that they will put into their account, and then they will buy a certain dollar amount of units every month, whatever the unit price is, whether it's GameStop shares or AMC shares, an ETF, a hedge fund, an index fund, it doesn't matter. And so that's what people will do. They'll just buy a certain dollar amount every month and just grow it up. We're getting closer to bagel time. I think you're right. I'm thinking GameStop will be able to rise a for the full billion from a total of 1.5 million shares, which implies an average issue of $6.65 a share. Wouldn't that be delicious? Kenneth Joseph. Thank you, Kenneth Joseph Vitagliano. Thank you for this generous sticker. I appreciate all of these, as you all know. Thank you. That's just tremendous. Let's see. Bruce, I think Ryan Cohen contradicted you or something like that, and asked you to be a consultant for. Oh, he contacted you. I think he contacted you to be a consultant for GameStop, where you could still work remotely and continue your YouTube channels. Would you do that if he were to call you, and say, hey, Bruce, could you kind of be a consultant to me and still do this on the side? That would be a conflict of interest. I would have to disclose something like that. And so would the company, I think, because how can I be a person here talking to you guys about what I think they should be doing and what's going on and how it's going, and then on the side, talk to him quietly and say, do this, do that, do this. That would be a bit of a, that wouldn't be kosher, don't you think? So, no, I don't think that I will be a consultant for GameStop. I'm pretty sure GameStop will not be calling me saying, hey, Bruce, would you like to be consultant of our company and drop your YouTube channel and just talk to us privately? I don't think I'd want to be doing that. I don't see myself that, and I don't see them kind of going, do we really need a YouTuber like Bruce? We got a lot of guys we can talk to here on the New York Exchange, a lot of these highfalutin brokerage houses, connections to pension funds and mutual funds, or we can draw in hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars at our beck and call. Do we need Bruce? Maybe Bruce is better off where he is, and let him just do what he does. Keep informed his thousands of followers, and just kind of let's kind of let it slide. I think that's the better idea. That's my personal take on it. Just my hunch. I know. We'll see. Bruce is smart. Well, thank you. All they have to do is watch Bruce to get his advice. That's right. Just watch what I'm saying. They don't have to pay me a dime. They can just sit there with their notes going, he said this. He said that. He did that. That's what we should do. Maybe that's what Jeffries is doing. Maybe they were sitting there going, oh, that's interesting. We hadn't thought of that. We hadn't thought of taking expressions of interest from all these hedge funds that are short 100 million shares. We hadn't thought of that. The other thing we hadn't thought about that Bruce said, we hadn't thought about the idea that maybe we should announce through like whisper rumors that we're being asked for 20 shares for every share we've got. Maybe we should do that. That would be a good thing. Not a bad idea. Because, if we told the street through kind of whisper campaign that there's 70 million shares wanted, but only 3.5 million for sale, do you think that might have a positive effect on the stock? Yeah, maybe we should do that. Let's write that one down. We'll just watch what Bruce says. Why don't you watch what Bruce says? Oh my gosh. Oh, Chris Wood. Bruce is so brutally honest. I talked with him yesterday morning in person, posted it on Discord. Wally, we had a good time, didn't we? We had fun yesterday hanging out. Keep Bruce free from attachment disorder. Bruce, you can be my private consultant anytime you want. My European broker won't let me buy anything today due to the public holidays. I want more GameStop. You need a new broker. I bet you Bruce was a beast back on the floor back in the day. Oh my gosh. I was never on the floor of the exchange as a floor trader. I was a desk trader where I would call floor traders, but I was actually the boss of my floor traders. I was the branch manager for my brokerage firm, and I had my own floor trader in Alberta on the Alberta floor. He was my employee, and then of course the firm had floor traders in Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal back in the day, and then we would buy through other brokers into New York and on the American Exchange and through NASDAQ. But that was back then in the 80s. That was way back. Bertie, betting my strip club funds on GameStop. Sorry, Fred, Adam, and Justin. Bagels and crayons for breakfast. T.O. Bruce, there you go. All the male strippers. Sorry, guys. I'm taking my stripper money and I'm putting it on GameStop. There you go. Sorry, guys. Rick Sanchez, I know a guy in Hungary. Maybe a Toro. Fidelity app is the best. Stock markets with Bruce. Bruce literally had me at a low. Oh, man, you guys are hilarious. Welcome, Jen, to the show. How are you today?
Good morning.
How's Jen doing?
Well, I know you have the blinds closed, but what a sunrise.
Oh, beautiful day today. The sun is up.
We're going to be sunny.
Yay!
I might have to bring the hammock out.
I don't know if
It might be time.
I don't know if it'll be warm enough, though.
I know.
I don't think you're going to be at 60 today. You might only be in the high 40s.
It's still a hammock with a blankie on you.
Hammock with a blankie. Can I have a hammock? I'd like to order a hammock with a blankie, please. That in Canada, you do what you must do.
Do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do in this cold, harsh environment. No question about it.
So, Men's World Curling Championships. Canada's playing the United States.
Ooh. Sorry, America. Canada's playing the U.S. today.
Sorry.
Sorry. Jen won't be cheering for the Americans today.
So I have to get, everybody fed.
It's time to get fed because the game's about to start over at curling.
Gotta go cheer for Canada.
Gotta cheer for Canada. So I definitely want a bagel. Just thinking, what kind of bagel should I have today? Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be sesame because that's all that's on the menu.
I'm a happy guy with a sesame bagel. Let's do a sesame bagel with the grape jelly. That's the old standby. We've got the stock at 181. We got to get this stock moving. We're down $10 a share. It's time to move it up. Bagel time. Yeah, it's bagel. I mean, that's what this channel is all about, isn't it? The Dow up 370 points. That's near the high of the day. S&P up 52. NASDAQ up 182. Good day on the big markets. Really good day. We now need a shot for GameStop. AMC is definitely having a good day. 1047 up $1.11 a share. I'm very happy for GameStop, for AMC shareholders. AMC shareholders up $1.11 right now. 31 million shares for AMC. That is good news. GameStop 181.21 roughly. Volume 7 million. We do not know whether or not Jeffries has sold 3.5 million shares for the company. We do not know. My personal opinion, I hope not. I hope they haven't, but they may have. I do not know if they have or not. 181.50 is the stock price right now. The low of the day, 165 this morning. That was the low of the day, and that was $16.70 ago. So 181.70. This is where we're at. The stock has now been above 180 for the last 15 minutes or so. It has hit 184.16. That's the high of the day. 182.77 right now. There might be another run coming into this market right now. So we'll see what GameStop will do today. It's now down $8.60 a share. It has come back a long, long way from the low of the day. Very interesting on GameStop. All right. Thank you, everybody, for all of your kind words, comments, and everything else. Appreciate this. Getting ready for some bagel time here, and we'll see what's going on. Khalib Jordan. Hi, Uncle B. My employer has a 401k but does not match contributions. I contribute 10% of my salary. Should I continue with my 401k or instead pay taxes up front and invest the funds myself? I can't answer this question because I'm not a tax guy. I'm not a tax specialist, and I'm not your advisor when it comes to how to handle your investments. This is not what I do. This is something you're going to have to figure out with your own tax advisor. What's the best course of action for you? Your advisor might say to you, keep contributing and then top it up on the outside. But you got to figure this out, how to do it, and then what to do with the funds. If the funds go into your 401k and then your employer manages it, you might not be happy with the returns you're getting. You may want to decide to run your own 401k, your own retirement account on your own, but you've got to talk to your financial advisor, tax advisor, for the right strategy for the maximum tax benefit going forward. It's not for me to tell you that. Unfortunately, that's not what I'm about. 183.40 on GameStop. We're approaching the high of the day, which was 184.16. The stock is within $1 or so away from its high of the day of the morning. Will it reach a new high and break through it is the question. We'll be following this very closely. All right. Let's go. Dan, what's up, Bruce? Good morning. It was hard waiting 3 days for the market to open up. I've never looked forward to Mondays before. Thank you for being here. I was busy this weekend. I was so busy this weekend, had so much to do, with so many people to talk to one-on-one this weekend. If any of you out there would like to have a one-on-one chat with me about your life, your economy that you're involved with, your situation, your investment scenarios, what you're thinking of doing, I'm certainly more than happy to have a one-on-one chat with you. I do them on Saturdays and Sundays. I do a 1-hour session right here on this channel. It's a private setting just for you and me. I sit here and you sit there. We do a split screen and we have a chat for an hour and go over whatever you want to talk to me about. And if I can give you any advice from the 40 plus years of experience I have, I'm happy to provide it. They seem to go very well and they go very quickly and they rarely stop at 60 minutes. Although I have to cut people off sometimes because I have another person coming in very shortly and I need a bathroom break between these sessions. But if you'd like to have a session, send me a private email on my Hotmail address, which you will find down below in the description of this video or all of my shows. The address is right here, brucefarmer@hotmail.com. Let me know, Bruce, I'd like to do a one-on-one consultation for you. When can you squeeze me in? I occasionally get cancellations at the last minute. So sometimes I get openings this weekend or next weekend, but I am now booking out to late April into May. But if you want to get in as soon as possible, let me know. I'll give you a slot. You can make your payment right away to lock in a slot. And the minute I get a new opening, I can move you up and get you through. It is $400 for an hour, US. And I'm pretty sure that you'll get more than $400 worth of advice in an hour listening to me once I figure out where you're at. So again, if you're interested, let me know and we'll set you up and we'll look after you. So again, thank you everybody for your support, following me and everything else. Forget Markiplier, bring a floor trader you used to manage on the show to talk old times. There's always that idea. There's always that idea. I do know one out there, but I'm not sure about this guy. He's a shady kind of guy. He's watching right now. He's watching. Does Jen ever mention me? Says Invisible Aid. Does Jen ever? I'm not sure. Jen, Jen talks in her sleep from time to time, but. She sometimes hits too. So you got to be careful with Jen. I don't know. I'm not sure. CNBC is saying be careful. Okay, CNBC, thank you for all your unbiased opinions. What can I say? Where are we at now? It GameStop 183.70 is where we're at right now. Now it's 770. The high of the day was 184.25. We just touched it a moment ago. So we're 184 right now in GameStop. We are approaching the high of the day on GameStop. Again, volume on the day now is 7.29 million, 184, 25 cents away from the high of the day. I would not be surprised if we go higher. And it wouldn't surprise me if we have an up day today on GameStop. I don't think the shares will be down at the end of it today. That's just my opinion. I could be dead wrong on this. CNBC is useless anymore, they say. That's what they're saying. Scaramucci. They had Scaramucci on to talk about GameStop. He talked about GameStop for 30 seconds. And then they talked about Bitcoin and all kinds of other crap. It was unbelievable. It was so pathetic. What can I say? Brandon, thank you for this donation. Jen should do a bagel cookbook. She makes some tasty looking sandwiches. Bagel
so
cookbook.
What do you call a bagel with no hole in the middle? It might just be a bun. Maybe a bun.
A non-holy bagel.
A non-holy bagel.
A bagel that doesn't believe. It hasn't got a hole in it. I don't know. Anyway, it looks awful delicious. Smells awfully good.
There you go.
Yeah, you know what I call a bagel without a hole in it and a bunch of jelly on it? An opportunity to enjoy oneself. That's what I call it. Fantastic, everybody.
So they want stories from the floor?
They're talking about the possibility of stories from the floor.
You got the beeper handy. You can just bleep out everything.
That's right. Yeah. I'll never forget when so-and-so said, and then they did, and then over in this corner that was going on, and I've never seen anything like that in my life. It was unbelievable. That might be what has to happen if I have a floor trader with me. I have to be careful.
I think I already knew most of the words, but that's definitely when I started using all the words.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, man. Oh, the words got used. Oh, did they ever? Brandon, Jen should do a bagel cookbook. Right on. Thank you, guys. I'm heating up my toaster for a bagel right now. Trevor, thank you, Trevor, for becoming a member of this channel. We're at 183.97. We're like 184 as I chomp the bagel at the high of the day. I think we're going higher. I think we're going higher on the bagel watch today for GameStop. That's my personal guess, my opinion, my vibe on it. We shall see. Cheers, everybody. Yeah. Uncle Bruce needs his bagel. He's dying here. He's hungry. When you do a live one-on-one, is there a couch I can lay on? 184, kind of where we were. Let's see what happens. Let's see what this stock can do. Trevor, $4 super sticker. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Welcome to the show. D-Spotter says, be careful with GameStop. You want to listen to Scaramucci for stock advice? That's the guy? That guy? Really? Oh, man. I don't know why. I don't know why he's there. I don't know why. What can I say? Yeah, you could say Wally will recommend the session. We had a good time. We don't have enough time. Is Mark Pellier watching today? Is Markiplier watching today? I don't know. He could be. And he's always welcome to say hi. Manu R became a YouTube member. Manu, thank you for becoming a YouTube member here on this channel. Really appreciate it. It's great to have you. Brandon, what do you call a demonic bagel? A bun, because it's not holy. There you go. See, there. That's what I was thinking. Give the video a like, folks. Thank you, everybody, so much. We got the bagel emojis flying up here. Fantastic, all of you, for joining in. I appreciate it. Alan K, got it. We got you going for a consultation, buddy. Thank you. Way to go, buddy. I see it. We'll talk to you later. Fabulous. Scaramucci still thinks it's April 1st. He's trying to be funny. 183.82 on GameStop, approaching 184 yet again. Here it is, 184. Will it break through 184.25, hit a new high of the day? The high of the day, is it official at 184.25? Yes, it is. 184.25 is the high of the day. 7.4 plus million traded. Waiting for the stock to see if it's going to bust through and go higher. Very interesting. Let's see what else is coming through here. Comments coming through. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. We've got AMC at 10.46. I'm so happy for the AMC shareholders. They've had such a bad week. Okay. Switch to avocado toast. Fancy. Prince Harry, how you doing, buddy? I'm drinking a liquid that has holes in it, but it's caffeine-free Diet Coke. That's all I got. Manu, hey, Bruce, everything going according to plan. Some $1 billion pocket money for Ryan Cohen when things go to the moon. There you have it. I agree. This company will be well funded with cash. 184.36, new high of the day right now. Stock is at a new high right now. Busted through whatever resistance there is. It's now only down 710 on the day. Getting stronger. Dow up 383. S&P up 52.6. NASDAQ up 173. Really good day on the markets today. Really good day. There you go. When it comes to AMC, I just don't see it. I hear you. I think corporately they got issues, but the stock is definitely higher, and I'm just so hopeful that a lot of people out there are recouping cash and value on that stock. I just hope they are. We'll see how this thing wants to go. I might have missed this, but what do you think about this? I'm happy to see they're raising money. I really am. I would like them to issue stock at much higher levels than this. I don't want them offering any stock down here. Not a single share, not even close. I would like them to get expressions of interest as the shares go higher to find out who wants how many. And then I want that news to leak. I would like to find out that, oh yeah, there's 20 shares wanted for every share we got, or there's 30 shares wanted for every share we got. That's the kind of news I like to have come out, and that will drive this market to a much higher level. The company could issue, a million shares at 300. That's 300 million there, or whatever that is. And then at 400, issue a million more. There's another 400 million. And then get the rest up, for the last of it. They won't even issue 3.5 million shares. They might only have to issue 3 million to raise $1 billion. Maybe issue 2.5 million shares to raise $1 billion. Stock goes higher. The law of supply and demand. How many is wanted? How many is available? AB Scaramucci's there because he went to Harvard. Hope the internet can kill off this fake privilege scholar system. Never see dunces like Mooch again. What can I say? Len Hernandez. Thank you for becoming a member of this channel. Appreciate it very much. Welcome aboard. Woohoo! I finally joined. Long-time watcher. Hello, fellow apes. Right on, Len. Len, you can use the emojis we have all you want to, buddy. Thank you. Very good.
Okay, I'll be the one cheering you.
Right on, Jen.
Oh, yeah. Just turn on people.
Jen has a message.
This is what we all want to grow up to be. Financial feminists. That's right. That's right.
Brought to you by Jen.
Brought to you by Jen. Get that venture capital, ladies.
That's right. Get that venture capital, ladies. Right on. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We're at 180, 181 on GameStop, 1040 on AMC. Vector acquisition at 1131, down 17 cents. NAV site holdings up 4 cents to 1005. The IPOE unchanged, 1727. That is the first SPAC that will finish its merger at any time. I'm hoping in the next few days, this next 10 days, hopefully it'll be done. It could surprise me at any moment with an announcement. Gore's Holdings, 1365. That is a steal. Virgin Acquisition Group up 8 cents to 1028. Starboard up a penny to 993. Fortress Value 1006, down 3 cents. Vanek Vectors, the computer chip manufacturing ETF, is up 215 at 255. That one I think will have a very good year this year. Home Depot up 488. Stock is doing really well now, as it should be. IBM up $1.63. Dow is up 370. Microsoft up 676. Apple up 235. Tesla up 32.76. All having a very good day today, and will continue to do well, I think. This economy is going higher. The amount of money coming into the economy is staggering, and I think the indexes will hit new record highs all year, going all year long into next year. And if they can pass that infrastructure bill, if that can get through, huge for America, massively good. It could really run the market. You guys want this deal to go through, no doubt about it. Welcome, Olivia. 183 on GameStop. Everyone's here. Everyone's happy Olivia's here. Fantastic. 183.02 on the stock. Pardon me while I eat my bagel, kids. It's bagel time on Stock Markets with Bruce. Your Uncle Bruce is refueling. We got to go higher. We got to go higher, and I think we're going to go higher. I think these shares are going up. It doesn't look to me like the GameStop shares are topping out at all. I think that they're solidifying for another shot. I just wouldn't be surprised if they have an up day today. If they break 190, they could have an up day. This is good news. Company's raising money. I'm a happy guy. Their sales are up. I'm a really happy guy. $183.40 on GameStop. High of the day, $184.47. $1.07 away from a new high on the day. Coming on again. Coming on. $183.80. Coming on again. Tim, shout out to my friend. Jornarno. He just doubled his position right on. Way to go in getting those shots, guys. Way to go. We got a good day going here. I've come to brag about my profit on oil and Tron. First thing I see is Bruce eating a bagel. All is well. Balance is restored. Bruce is on the air eating his bagel. Life is good. We're all right. This bagel is delicious today. Just delicious. If I was to buy a call option for January 2023, price if I should I worry of a stock split? I wouldn't worry about the stock split. That'll actually do you a favor. That'll make you even more money, I think. They did a 10 for 1. You bought one contract now, you'd have 10 contracts at 50. Stock goes to 100, that's $1,000 a share. You're richer, much richer. Just reading this question from Chris Wood here. Is it possible that there's 300 to 500 million shares of GameStop shorted? I wouldn't say, I would doubt that would be a direct situation. I think that the only way that many shares could be theoretically shorted would be if all the call contracts that have been written against the stock, you add it all up between now and as far out as you can go, with every contract as far as you can go. You do the open interest calculation, and you might find that there's 1 billion shares represented by covered by call contracts have been written. To me, if there's 1 billion shares represented by open call contracts, open interest call contract positions, that's telling me 930 million are short. There's only 70 million shares. That would mean every single share is accounted for on the short sale times a factor of 15. There's no way that can be done. I mean, that's an oversimplification of it, but that could mean that there could be over 930 million shares shorted on this company just on that stat alone, let alone everything else that we're talking about here with the short positions and the failure to deliver, so on. So, guys, yeah, that could be a low number. You could be low. It could be much higher than that. And the higher the shares go in this open market, the more contracts are in the money. Because the higher the shares go, the more contracts are in the money. And that means there's a higher number of shares that are subjected to a short position in reality. Right now at $182 a share, it means that every contract at 180 back to zero, they're in the money for as long as these options exist. I mean, you go out a year and a half, there are $150 call contracts that are expiring a year from now that I'm sure exist. So if you did that whole calculation, every time the shares go up $5 from 180 to 185 to 190 to 195 to 200 and so on and so on and so on, a bunch more contracts actually now are in the money, which means the shares against those contracts are technically short. And at 300 a share, that could be 300 million shares. At 500 a share, that could be 600 million shares. 800 a share could mean 950 million shares shorted. That's what this means. That's why when these shares go up dramatically higher, it's a big problem for a lot of investors out there who are on the wrong side of this market. It's a huge problem. And it's going to become not a multi-billion-dollar problem. It's going to become several tens of billions of dollars of problems. It might be 40 billion, 60 billion, 80 billion. This so-called 3.5 million shares the company wants to sell to raise $1 billion. This is chump change in the overall scheme of what we're dealing with here. We're talking about a company that every time it goes up $1, we could have a $200 million valuation increase because of the fact that there's over 200 million shares trading hands all the time. There are literally 200 million shares potentially in investors' accounts, bought and paid for. These investors are entitled to a cash dividend if there was ever one issued. They would be entitled to a rights offering or a warrants offering, or they would be entitled to a stock split. So if their shares went for a 10-for-1 stock split one day, everyone who holds stock would now have 10 times as many shares. Anyone who's short stock would be short 10 times as many shares. The stock will trade at 1/10 the price the day after the deal is done. But to me, you take this stock right here and do a 10-for-1 rollback right now, 10-for-1 split, people have 10 times as many GameStop and it would trade at $18.21 a share. Let me ask you this question. How long would it take the stock to go from $18.21 to $50 a share? A couple of days, a week, they'd go to $50. That's $500 a share right now. Think about that. If you're short stock, you're short 1 million shares right now and they do a 10-for-1 split, you're short 10 million shares and they go from this price, $18.24 to $50. You're short 10 million shares at $50 a pop. Right now, you're short 1 million shares at $182 a pop. This is a tripling of your nightmare, almost a tripling of your nightmare in dollars. So yeah, there's a whole lot going on here. I think this short position is much larger than this through a number of ways of measuring it. My hunch. Joker John, what's the news on boycott companies by the Trump? Will it affect the stocks? I also need to learn to say trade, but I just don't know where to start. What's the news? What's the news on the boycott companies by Trump. I don't understand what this means. Are you talking about Trump companies being boycotted or Trump people boycotting companies? I can't read this right. I can't figure that out. I need more clarity, please. Anyway, we'll see what's going on. A tweet from FX Hedge said that Arceos was short on GameStop, and a follow-up tweet says they got a margin call at 110 billion. I don't know what this means. I don't know if that's legit, and even if it is, I don't know what this has anything to do with GameStop's performance. But my hunch is, my initial reaction is anyone that is short stock on any company, but let's say GameStop, and you got a margin call, that tells me you've got to buy back your stock. It doesn't mean you sell more GameStop. It means you buy back the GameStop you're short, because a margin call means you've got to unwind your position to reduce your margin exposure. In the case of a shorter, that means you have to buy the stock you're short to get out from underneath your obligation for the margin call. So I don't know how many shares we're talking about here. I don't know what price we're talking about. I don't know when this was. I don't know what the factor is. No idea. These are rumors and they're flying around, and I have no idea what the deal is on it. But yeah, you buy somebody in, you buy them in. Trump called his followers to boycott Delta and Coca-Cola. Okay, so because of the Georgia Voting Restriction Act that was passed by Georgia legislators, which are all Republican, Coca-Cola, Delta, the Major League Baseball, they've all made moves. Major League Baseball took the All-Star game away from Atlanta. Coke and Delta are saying this is wrong. Many other companies are saying this is wrong. Trump is saying we should boycott these companies because, voting restrictions are a good thing. I don't know how effective it's going to be. I don't know how effective it can be. I'm not sure. Anyway, what can I say? Doing what I can. Wow. Brian, I invested in VGAC and took the 23andMe test that told me I'm genetically predisposed to not like the sound of chewing. Given that, somehow I can actually stand you eating a bagel. Cheers. Thank you. It's a fight between Georgia, some corporations, and Major League Baseball about a voting law. Trump called for a boycott of the companies and MLB. There you go. All right. Bruce, I've been watching you. I've been watching BWOX, WeWork, a SPAC, since we first chatted about it. Looking solid, going straight up now. I hopped in. Way to go, man. I hope you do well on it. Does anyone care what the trader says anymore? Trump should worry about his golf courses. Colin, got it. Buying flights on Delta and buying Coke on the flights. Observe thyself. 185 a share, Bruce. We are at 185.63. Going higher right now on this stock. How about that? That's a new high. Interesting. Let's see. GameStop, 3.5 million at the market issuance, nary a dent in the 70 million shares outstanding. Perfect timing, perfect number of shares. Street took it as a plus. Kismet, 186 on the stock, going higher. It's down only $5 on the day. Very interesting run here. Let's go. I'm a Trump follower. He's a stable genius with the best words. All the best doctors say it all the time. Okay. All right. A bagel works. Laughing out loud. Coke is telling their employees to be less white. 186 on the stock. 186.70 on the stock. Going higher. My gut tells me that Trump shorted GameStop big time. Bruce is our man. If he can't do it, no one can. It's Bruce. Don Jr. should boycott Go. Joker, John Roberts, do you know of any beginners day trading programs? Do I know of any beginners day trading programs? Nope, I don't really. I don't follow that kind of stuff. Sorry, I can't really help you there. What else is going on? Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm going to try to keep politics out of here as best I can. It's not easy, though. It's just not easy. I don't want to have it here. Let's see. Are we going higher? 186.84. Can we go through the 195 wall? That's the question. KH, thank you. Not for nothing, but I have to show ID for cold medicine. You should have to show ID to elect leader of the free world. There you go. Let's see here. Let's see. Already is on the list. Bruce, he's our man. Let's go. Can you do a shout out to my girlfriend Riley? I'm not sure, Riley. I'm not sure if I can do that, but Riley, welcome to the show. We's running 186.57 on the stock, going higher. Volume on the day now, 8.29 million, and we're only down 488 on GameStop today. We're about to turn positive on the day. I feel it coming. I just feel it happening. Seth, have you seen the payout to whistleblowers this year? You seen these payouts? It's 200 million. When last decade payouts were 700 million, but they say there's no manipulation. Isn't that something? Let's go. Justin, hey Bruce, can you make me a moment? Take a moment with Joker John Roberts. Happy birthday. Did. Thank you. Sean and Wendy are here. God is amazing. Our new members, welcome to the channel, you guys. I'm glad you could join us, and I'm glad you're here. Hope you're enjoying the show. Let's see here. I'm really loving the tech rebound. The Apple options I got a few weeks ago are printing nicely. Way to go. 187 on GameStop just popped through another barrier here. Fantastic. Let's go. Let's hit it. Eat another bagel so we go to 200, Bruce. Stock markets with Bruce. Google these words, Citadel and 10-year Treasury. Who gives them that access? And if you said right, you are right. Okay. Right. Let's go. 187.38. We're at 187.38. We're near the high of the day here on the stock for GameStop, up nicely, 8+ million. AMC at 10.78, up $1.42. This is the high of the day on AMC. Very good news for AMC shareholders. I'm hoping for you guys that you've recouped a lot of your money. I know a bunch of you are in much higher than this, and I'm just, I just hope it goes up, but I worry about, what it can do, but boy, it's looking better, definitely better. So this is good stuff. Can you transform the Nifty 50 into the way kids think today? Oh man, that's a whole different deal. That's a whole different story. I'll have to cover that someday. Death, remember to smash that like button for Bruce. Thank you for mentioning that. How are we on the thumbs ups? Anyway, 2,400 thumbs ups today. Thank you for that. We have 81 down, so it's a 30-to-1 ratio between good and evil. There are 4,400 of you here. If you're able to give me a thumbs ups today, that would be really appreciated. That would help the momentum of this channel. There we go. There's 100 right there. We're at 2,500 now. The higher the thumbs ups, the better. We will get more recommendations from the YouTube analytics computers to get more people into the show to follow the GameStop story. This GameStop has come back from 165. That was the low today to 187. That's a $22 rebound from the opening this morning on GameStop. Does that tell you something that this army of buyers is not worried about the market and not worried about the company issuing a measly 3.5 million shares to raise cash? This is hardly an issue. Good to see the stock running. We're at 2,700 thumbs ups now. We just got 300 in. Thank you guys for smashing that like button. Get us to 3,000 as quick as we can, and let's get into that. Let's get into that 40-to-1 ratio for thumbs ups versus thumbs down. That would be even better. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the thumbs up button. If you want to hit the thumbs down button, you really don't like the show, hit the thumb down button twice right away. Just hit it again and again. And that really tells YouTube you hate this channel. I thank you all so much for your support and for being here. I appreciate it. All of you guys, thank you, and thank you. Thank you for those of you making purchases on Redbubble, picking up these items of mine. I cannot thank you enough for your support of that. Absolutely wonderful. Very much appreciated. Again, it's very kind of you to do so, and is very much appreciated. It says a lot to us. Jen and I appreciate that every time you do this, we get a royalty from Redbubble, and they handle the entire order for you. They make it, they ship it, they do returns if necessary, they take care of you. And I thank you all very, very much for your support. It's fantastic. All right, back to the markets. Where are we at here? We are now at 185.82 on the GameStop, near its high of the day. And I think we're going to go higher. AMC 1086. That is up from the day, 151 on the day for AMC. So I'm very happy to see that. Fantastic. We appreciate to see that kind of move, because that is helping a lot of people who follow my channel who are long on AMC. That is really good news. Thank you, everybody. We like the Bruce. We like the Jen. We like the stock. Thank you, all of you guys, so much. This is terrific. Volume on GameStop now, 8.4 million at 186.71. 187.71 is a high, $1 away from the high of the day again on GameStop, as it keeps coming on with volume that is not blowing the doors off the world, but it's telling me that since this morning's drop to 165, the shares have really come on and are absolutely just being picked up by investors. Very good sign. The dip was tasty. Fund the Bruce. 30 years of experience. I am wrong sometimes. We like the Bruce. We like the Jen. Thank you, everybody. Fantastic. What else going on here? All kinds of stuff. Wally's World. I am fortunate as I found my way with you yesterday. Way to go, buddy. We had a good session yesterday, and I love it. I'm a professional. All I do is make mistakes. Ashley, welcome, Ashley, to the show. It's nice to have you here. I hope you're doing well today where you are, and I look forward to touching base with you in the near future. It's fantastic that you're here. All of you, thank you so much for being with me today, saying hi to me and Jennifer. The market today up 362 on the Dow. Great day. Up 52 on S&P. NASDAQ up 174. We have some good money coming into this market. Oil down to 59.20. Interesting how it's off $2.25 a barrel. A lot of oil sloshing around out there. There's no shortage of oil. And so we're noticing how it's backing off a little bit. What can I say? Tim, you know what, Bruce? We'd love to see your bagel recipes in your Redbubble store. We'll have to work on that one. I don't know. We're not known as a bagel bakery center, but, you know, that's, what can I say? Prince Harry, the Bruce we like. Thank you so much. Brian is saying, you know what, Bruce? Basically just told its shareholders indirectly that the stock is going to go higher. $1 billion in stock at 3.5 million shares sold is $285 a share. Why would anyone sell this stuff right now at these prices? It's 186. Why would you sell stock at 186 when the company is saying, you know, we're prepared to issue 3.5 million shares for $1 billion. We're prepared to do that. Well, that mathematics is $285 a share. That's $100 more. Are they saying it in so many words, or are they intimating it? Kind of wonder, right? I wonder about this. We're going to see what happens. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Cody sent me a super chat, and I missed it. That's because I talk too much, and I'm way too busy, and I got too much going on, and I can't keep up with all of you and all of your commentary, and how many of you are joining this channel, which I am so grateful for, to say the very least. Thank you all so much for your support. Same with these super chats. I do the best I can to read them. I'm just taking a look right now, see if I can find Cody here. Where's Cody? Here we go. If SPACs are under $10, is that a risk to the merger? Is that a lack of confidence on shareholders, or do you think it's shorting? Thank you, Bruce. The shares of a SPAC, when a SPAC goes public, are free trading shares for those who pay the $10 per unit when they get them. And so they're able to, hold the shares, sell the shares, buy more. They can write options against their stock. They have all the free rights of a shareholder without restriction. It can happen, however, that someone will buy the unit at $10. And then the unit runs up, in the first week or two, and it goes to 13, 14, and they sell it. And someone else buys it at $14. And the reason they're paying 14 is because they believe in the future of the SPAC's ability to merge into a solid private company, or the company has made an announcement announcing the private company they are merging into, and they like the deal. They bought the stock at 14 and they were expecting the stock to go up right away. Forgetting one important fact, and that is once a SPAC announces with a private company that they're merging together, the shares, the companies have to wait about 90 days before the merger is actually completed. It takes that long to do the merger because you're talking about a public company, the SPAC, merging with a private company, which will in effect own most of all the shares of the newly formed company on the public exchanges. And in effect, all of the owners of the private company will be deemed to be insiders of a publicly traded company as far as the SEC is concerned. The SEC lawyers on behalf of both companies and their auditors and everyone else, they have to take care of all the paperwork and all of the declarations, background checks. The shareholder vote has to be held for the private company. A shareholder vote has to be held for the SPAC, the public company. All this takes 90 days. The exchange that we're dealing with, either NASDAQ or New York, they have to approve the merged company as well. They're applying for the listing of the combined merged company. They have to sign off on all the SEC filings that have to be done. This is complicated, and it's just a nightmare of paperwork. That's what you got the lawyers for. That's why you have the auditors. People get impatient. They buy the stock at 14 thinking, oh, this is great. They're going to merge this company. It's going to be fantastic. They figure the stock is going to go right away to $20 or 30 or higher, but it doesn't. It doesn't have to, because until the merger is finished, we don't have the new public company yet. They got to finish the merger, 90 days typically. So some people get impatient. The shares begin to back off because there's no news, there's no excitement, there's nothing happening. Of course not. The company, the SPAC, and the private company over here are forbidden to speak publicly with regards to material changes in their corporations. They cannot speak. And so they're on a gag order. And the investors get bored and get frustrated and they forget. They don't know because they don't have a stockbroker telling them that, hey, if you buy this at $14, you're going to have to wait at least 3 months before you hear any other news. Are you sure you want to buy it now? Or do you think you may want to wait in case it comes back a little bit? Because there will be some people getting impatient. This person doesn't have a broker to talk to, and most of you don't. What happens? Some of you find another stock that looks hot right now. You get out of this one to get into another one. And so these shares are turning over. These SPAC shares that were issued at $10 are turning over all the time. People getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out. And sometimes it goes down in value. And sometimes it goes under the $10 level. But that doesn't jeopardize the deal. Nothing jeopardizes the deal anymore. It doesn't matter where the stock is. Once the deal is announced, if the shareholders of the SPAC and the shareholders of the private company approve, a majority of each approve the deal, 50% plus one vote, that's all you need, it's a go. And the deal will take place. And the merged companies will be one. The SPAC will change its name to become the private company. The public company will now be known by the private company's name. A stock symbol has probably already been provided by the exchanges because the exchanges know it's a done deal. It's going to happen. It's just a timing thing. Wherever the shares are, it doesn't matter. The minute the deal is done, it's a done deal, and the shares could trade. They could at $9.50, at $8, $2. Maybe the market doesn't like the deal. Possible. On the other hand, the companies will now speak for the first time as merged companies. The money in trust for the SPAC, that 200, 300, 400, 500 million that they've raised, is now released into the bank account of the new formed joint company. The private company and the SPAC may have negotiated with Wall Street for additional cash on a pipe financing at $10 a unit. There might be another 300 to 500 million cash available. That goes into the bank account of the newly formed company. And now the newly formed company talks about their plans. And they talk about what we're up to this next 2 years or this next 6 months. We've got $1 billion in cash. And we're a cash flow positive company. We're going to expand into this area. We're going to do this. We're going to acquire this. We're going to do that. They're going to start talking. And shareholders will get excited. I'm pretty sure a lot of shareholders will get excited. And I wouldn't be surprised if a number of the SPACs that I've been recommending to you, talking to you about, they will announce a number of deals, of which some might involve shares of the treasury being issued to acquire small companies that they're gobbling up, competition that doesn't exist anymore because they own it, making their company stronger and even more profitable. Don't be surprised if some of these SPACs start to announce secondary financings with the same brokerage guys they were dealing with when they were a SPAC, when they were doing these $10 financings. They might do $20, $22.50, $28, $33, $68 share offerings of stock. The stock you bought at wherever it's trading at. Do not be surprised if that could happen down the road as these companies start trading as public companies. But no, the super chats, wherever they trade at, will not jeopardize the deal. Even if the stock is under $10 a share, will not be jeopardized whatsoever. That's the short answer to a long question. Or is that a long answer to a short question? I'm not sure. Todd, any chance AMC gets bought by Disney? Screens for Disney and shows, screens for old IPs like Lion King, screens for new releases, Disney Store in the library, maybe a discount on viewing, Disney and subs. The question is, why would Disney buy AMC? Is it because they can't get screen time? Is it because they need to secure the screen time? Would Disney be able to sell out that theater, all the theaters that AMC has, with multiple screens per location? Can they produce enough content that's brand new to either, one, fill up the theater, or two, could they re-release content through a theater that would make it pay? They're doing the math. They're probably looking at how many seats each theater has. They do the count. And my hunch is they probably will say no. We'll probably not buy these guys because the company is not available for just the leasing costs and for this cost of putting in the seats, the cost of the projection systems and the sound systems, the cost of building out these theaters from concrete shells to turn them into movie theaters. That's not the cost that Disney would be considering. The cost that Disney would be considering would be the $6 billion of money that AMC borrowed from backers, bondholders, bankers, and so on to survive the pandemic. This company is $6 billion in the hole. And that's the problem that Disney would have to be looking at. They're going to ask themselves, we could just build our own theaters from scratch. If we built our own theaters from scratch, what would it cost us to build where we want to be? Do we actually want all the locations that AMC actually has? Or would we rather have locations in select cities across the US, in Canada, in Mexico, Europe, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, and we'll build 500 theaters where we want them built, the way we want them built, where we come to a landlord and say, we're prepared to sign a 10-year lease to lease space from you for a Disney movie house. And it might be a 3-cinema house, a 10-cinema house, whatever. And it may well have room for a retail store, a birthday party room for parties. It might have babysitting services for moms with children, like very young children. I don't know. They could build it to suit. They got to ask themselves, if we were to negotiate deals like this with landlords, we might be able to get deals where the landlords will say to us, I'll tell you what, You sign with us a 12-year lease, and we'll give you 2 free years up front. 2 years up front, no rent. Then we'll cut you a 10-year deal for rent, and we'll build the site to suit your needs. We'll fund it. Build to order. And now you got a 12-year lease on a custom-built movie theater that was always and was only ever going to be yours. And we'll fund the cost of construction into the 12-year deal, but the first 2 years we'll waive any fees. We'll only charge you for the back 10 years at the end. In effect, you're paying $50 million to build this theater over 10 years, or $10 million over 10, whatever the cost is. They add that up. Disney sits back and says, okay, how much will that cost us? Getting what we want, the way we want it, where we want it, when we want it, at a price we can afford and we can cash flow. Is this a better deal than buying existing AMC theaters, shutting down some of them because they won't work for us, modifying all of them to make them work for us, and having to spend maybe $1 billion to modify all these locations? And, oh, by the way, we're inheriting the $6 billion in debts that this company has racked up on top of the cost of modifying the theater. I would say no. I would say Disney would say, no, we're going to build our own from scratch. It's cheaper. Won't even cost us $6 billion. It'll cost us actually nothing. We will have landlords pay for it because the landlord will be so eager to make a deal with Disney that they'll cut deals. And it's possible that former theater chains like AMC at this mall will disappear next year because the landlord won't renew their lease, because they'll kick them out, and now they'll make a deal with Disney, gut the theater completely and build it from scratch for Disney's needs with a new 12-year deal. AMC is out. Regal is out. All the other chains are out. And over 5 years, shopping malls across the country in the US and elsewhere will, in effect, move out certain tenants to bring in this tenant on the deal they want to sign for the next, like I say, 10 or 12 or 15-year deal. Could be any amount of length. Disney's credit is stellar. Disney's power is legendary. The landlords will cut a deal to make it work for them, and it'll be cash neutral for Disney. That's what I'm wondering. They won't need to buy AMC. But this is my opinion. Okay, I'm not negative on AMC. I'm just being realistic about what would Disney do if they could do it, and how would they do it. And if I were Disney, this is the way I would go. It wouldn't require me to buy up a company with $6 billion in debt. That's just my take. Anyway, speaking of AMC, you want some good news? 11.07 a share. Hit 11.25 today. This is a fantastic day for AMC. It is highly unexpected as far as I'm concerned. I'm thrilled out of left field. With 52 million traded, AMC is sitting at 11.07 a share. This is great. But you want some other good news? You want any other good news? GameStop is at 193.30, hit 195 a few moments ago, up on the day with 9.5 million shares traded. Welcome back, GameStop. It recovered $30 from its low 165 trade. I'm praying that none of you watching me sold out at 165. I'm praying. Please don't tell me you sold at 165. Please don't tell me that. It's now 195 or 192.85 at this second. But having a good day. Now having a good day. And this is a sign of an up move. And I think it's going to go higher. I don't think these shares have topped out. Not even close. This is still the beginning of a long-term high move for this company. And I don't know if they've actually sold the 3.5 million shares or not. I'm praying they didn't. I am praying that Jeffries did not sell 3.5 million from the treasury of GameStop this morning at 165 to 170 a share. Please tell me. Please don't tell me you did it. Don't tell me you did it. Because the stock is now 191 up to 195, and it's going higher. You can sell the stock at a much higher price than these prices, but I'm not the broker. I don't know. I'm not the advisor. I'm just a guy on a couch in front of a computer in Creston, British Columbia, where it's a gorgeous sunny day today, asking you folks to enjoy my plain English commentary on what's happening with the market as I see it. And this is what I am seeing right now. Interesting day, to say the least. All of you, thank you so much for your support, being here. It's fantastic. Brewster, did I see you in hospital on Sunday? This 4'8" guy in the waiting room just kind of let me see the doc first. Guess he was just a little patient. Mr. T, thank you for being here as always. I love those wise words of advice. Thank you very much. Oh, I love it. Let's see here. Who else is in the house? All kinds of you have been coming through here while I've been talking away here. Nice to see this GameStop doing what it's doing, to say the least. It's fantastic. We've got Matt Gao as a new member. Matt, thank you. Todd Packer, thank you very much for the response. Thank you so much for detailed response. Any thoughts on Academy? No idea what Academy is. Alex, thank you. Any news? The news only notice when GameStop is down. What can I say? It's doing good. Yeah, the folks over at CNBC, they don't mention it when it's up, do they? Do they actually mention it? I don't see it up there. I'm not sure. Companies to work on increasing employment. Nothing there about GameStop. Huh. Okay. First Prez Corvallis, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. Appreciate that very much. All of you were so welcome here. And I thank you for giving me comments and questions. I do my best to get to these questions. Forgive me if I can't answer them as quick as you like or I miss them. It's just that we have a lot to cover. And trying to stay on top of what's going on with this crazy market. We've been on the air now 3 hours and 10 minutes. And in the first 3 hours, we have seen the shares recover from 165 back to 195. How about that, kids? I'm going to shut this show down now and take a bit of a break and come back with you this afternoon for the last hour of trading today and the first hour of the aftermarket today. I've got some phone calls that I need to make here and a few emails to get to. But thank you, all of you, so much for your kind support, your tremendous encouragement to just keep me going. It's fantastic. I look forward to seeing you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern time for the last hour of the day. If you can give us a thumbs up for this show, please do. And make sure to give us a thumbs up for the next one when we get ready to go again. And we'll see what happens with GameStop as the shares have kind of come all the way back. Welcome back to the party, pal. Get your Twinkies out. I think we're going to have some fun for the rest of the day and the rest of the week. There you have it. That's the latest from Creston, British Columbia with your buddy, Uncle Bruce. Thank you one and all for your everything. I mean it all. Thank you for your everything. I very much appreciate it. All right, guys, that's it for now. I got to get going. We'll catch up with you a little later on today at 3 o'clock Eastern, and we'll shut this market down together and see what's going on. Okay, guys? Take care, and bye for now.